one that Lancs would feel they have to win. Got to win this game, get back to winning ways.
Every game is a new game. You need to make sure you arrive and play good cricket.
Very good evening and a warm welcome once again from Emirates Old Trafford, the second game of a double header here, and we're just about to see who bats and who bowls, because the toss is going to be taking place behind us shortly between Lancashire Lightning and our visitors tonight, Leicestershire Foxes. You can probably tell Lanky's getting himself nicely warmed up as well. Paul Shaw is with me as usual. 3 wins from 3 for the Lightning team. You couldn't ask for better, really, could you?
No, what a great start, isn't it? It's been absolutely fantastic for the Lancashire Lightning side. So, a couple of wins here at Emirates Old Trafford, win on the road up in Durham, and back here in front of the Lancashire faithful, and they'll be pushing for their 4th in a row.
You can see this side growing in confidence now, can't you?
Yeah, and that comes from playing well, and obviously victories that they've had on the road, victories they've had here, so they all of a sudden start believing, and it's important to keep that momentum going in the right direction.
You see that Lanky's getting himself nicely warmed up. I think he wants to try and get himself into Keaton Jennings' side if there's any possibility of that happening. We'll see. We'll get confirmed team news for you in just a moment, but it does look as if the team sheets are being handed over as we speak. Great win over the weekend for the lads up at Durham, which is never an easy place to go, is it?
No, it never is. It's always a slightly tricky pitch, and it's a lot colder up there normally, isn't it? Although it's fairly blustery tonight, but we have got blue skies. But a great win for them, and also they're playing against a very competitive Leicestershire side here. The Foxes are a good side, had a good start to the season, the County Championship Division 2, and also a 1 from 2 in the T20
this competition, though, is a completely different kettle of fish. Thanks for the moment, Shawsy. Let's make our way over, if we can get past Lanky as he tries to warm himself up there. And Keaton is about to toss the coin. Louis Kimber is here of Leicestershire Foxes, their captain. And the last few handshakes just being broken. And is the coin being tossed here, Keaton? Have you there? Right, okay, what's happened?
We've won the toss and we're going to bat first.
You must be absolutely delighted with the way things have gone in these early stages in the competition.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, the boys have played some good cricket. It's been a bit of a turbulent time the last couple of weeks. So for the boys to come here and play some really good cricket is good.
Given what's happened, how is it to see everybody growing in great confidence as the competition goes on?
Yeah, absolutely. It's huge. It's good fun. T20 brings a different excitement. Come and sort of play some really good cricket in front of a home crowd.
And having Jimmy Anderson back in the side as well, that must be a massive boost for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. Jim's really high skilled, really excited to come and play. So yeah, to have him part of a really exciting 11 is really good fun.
And a change to your side tonight, I understand Tom Hartley's coming in?
Yeah, we've got Tommy Hartley in for Jack Blatherwick, a little bit down to conditions. So yeah, look, hopefully we play some good cricket today.
Go well tonight, Keaton. Thanks very much. Let's bring in Louis. Thanks very much for speaking to us. 1 win, 1 defeat so far. How would you assess your opening for this T20 competition?
Yeah, no, good start. Obviously beating Derby, then unfortunately falling against Northants. But you know, the lads have done incredibly well so far. And to even put up a good fight like that against Northants is pleasing.
You've got a good heritage in this competition, but given how well Lancashire has started, how tough is it going to be for you guys tonight?
Yeah, no, it'll be tough, but you know, the lads are all up for it, and you know, we know what we've got to do, so hopefully we can help become the right side of the result.
And how do you guys feel about facing one of the greatest ever in Jimmy Anderson?
Yeah, obviously, you know, everyone knows what he's done and capable of, but you know, you've got to take the names out of it and face the ball, so you know, hopefully the lads can do well.
Go well tonight. Thanks very much indeed, Louis. Leicestershire Foxes, the visitors tonight. We're just going to get one last photograph between the 2 captains. The guys will just pose for a few photographs. bright and breezy here this afternoon, as it was for the women's game just a little bit earlier on when Lancashire Thunder unfortunately lost their game against Hampshire Hawks. Let's have a little look at the highlights from the game earlier this afternoon. So, as you've heard, Lancashire have won the toss and they have decided to bat. Here are the confirmed teams. First of all, with our visitors, the Leicestershire Foxes. They line up as follows: Sol Budinger, Rishi Patel, Louis Kimber, the captain, Shan Masood, Rayan Ahmed, Ben Cox, Liam Travaskis, Logan Van Beek, Tom Scriven, Matt Salisbury and Roman Walker. And your Lancashire Lightning team for tonight is as follows: Captain Keaton Jennings, Luke Wells, Matty Hurst, Ashton Turner, Michael Jones, Josh Bohannon, Chris Green. Welcome back to Tom Hartley, Charlie Barnard, Tom Aspinwall and Sir Jimmy Anderson. So it is fantastic for everybody to be here at Emirates Old Trafford, of course, but if you fancy getting a nice little seat upgrade, we have the opportunity for you to do that now. You could be sitting in the sports break terrace with some of the best seats in the house. So all we want you to do is have a look at the big screen and give us a big wave. If you fancy moving into some of the best seats in the house, thanks to the sports break upgrade, then have a look on the big screen and we shall see. Have a look up there. There we go. Ladies and gents, give us a big wave if you fancy going up to the sports break terrace. There we go. There we are, couple there waving for us. Give us a big wave. There we go. Hey, congratulations. Right, you guys are going to be upgraded. Yes, you two. Yes, you. Pointing at yourself there in the red top there. Lovely. Come down to the front of the stand that you are in at the moment. Make your way down to the front of the stand. Our staff will be there to meet you, and they will be taking you off to the sports break terrace. So you are going to be enjoying some of the best seats in the house. I think you're in B stand there at the moment, are you? B3. Give us a wave as you walk your way down. And our team are going to be down there to meet you, and they are going to take you off to the sports break terrace. Enjoy the game, guys. So, strong side named again by Lancashire Lightning tonight. Strong side named by Lancashire Lightning tonight. Paul Shaw's is with me. Jimmy Anderson back as well after that 3 wickets that he took against Durham. And Tom Hartley back in as well tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Great to see Jimmy back playing here at Emirates Old Trafford. And Tom Hartley as well. We know that this is, I think it's the 4th time a T20 game's been played on this pitch, and we saw the other night it spins, so I think, you know, there's 3 spinners in that Lancashire side, and completely see that. Green, the off spinner, we've got Barnard, and we've also got Hartley as well. So with that in mind, they're playing to that. They've got seam cover, and also they've got lots of firepower at the top of the order from a batting perspective. We saw Wells and Jennings play superbly well. 177 I think they put on here last time they played here, so they'll be looking to set the scene with a really powerful middle order too, and batting first I think is a good decision. Yeah,
Wells and Jennings, as you say, been in great form. Keaton, ever since he's been given the captaincy back, he's been thriving under it in this format, hasn't he?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he looks absolutely at home at the top of the order. Him and Wells, top of the order, playing positive cricket. And I think, you know, having the captaincy and leading the team from the front when you're open that batting, I think is a really good thing. And I think that really suits him. 3 wins from 3. It's been a brilliant start. Couldn't have asked for better. And we've still got some of the England players and IPL players to come back as well. Yeah, absolutely. So it says a lot about the players that the club have already produced. Some of those young players that we've already mentioned that are playing tonight, but also some of those experienced players are creating a nice blend with the younger players they've got in there. Then add the England players that are away on England duty at the moment, or in, you know, franchise cricket. When they come back into this, then it's one heck of a squad. As
for the Foxes, 1 win, 1 defeat so far. They've got a rich history in this competition, though. 3-time winners. They know what to do in this competition.
Yeah, they do, and they often target this competition. If you look over history, like you say, 3 times winners, have been in a number of finals as well, and they always get there and thereabouts, because at the start of the year they always target that. Get some good overseas players, get some good young players, and they've got a nice mix across their side. And remember, I know it's not the same competition, the 4-day competition they're playing in county cricket, but they're playing some great cricket, and they'll be hoping that momentum can wash over into the T20 brand as well, because it's something special about the T20 cricket for the Foxes.
You mentioned some of the overseas players. Shan Masood coming in, absolute brilliant player, and Louis Kimber, the captain, a real powerhouse in the middle order as well.
Yeah, well, Kimber's a very, very strong, powerful player, isn't he? Very strong, powerful player, can get you over the line or can take the game away from the opposition. And Masood's a class player, isn't he? Very, very high quality class player, Pakistan international, wonderful player. And they've also got there at the top of the innings, they've also got Rishi Patel who can play. So I think within that side, they've got a nice mix of youth, experience and international honours that can help them put in a performance here at Emirates Old Trafford.
Should be an absolutely brilliant game, fingers crossed. Loads to come as well still as far as competitions and for you to get involved. Don't forget, give us a hit on the socials, on Instagram, on X, etc, etc. Send us a message wherever you are around the world watching this game. Let us know what you're up to. We've also got the Emirates first ball flyer coming up as well. The possibility that if the first Lancashire bowler gets a wicket on the first ball, somebody here could be going to Dubai, courtesy of Emirates. All that to come very, very soon.
(1864). We were first class then, and we're first class now, with a dream to spread cricket through Lancashire's towns, where girls and boys, with willow and leather, become more than a badge, but the red rose together.
A club where more than legends are made, but friendships, obsessions, moments replayed on our screens, in our minds, in our hearts forever. Because it's who we are, our DNA, the Red Rose together.
Statham, Briggs, Jimmy, Freddie and Joss, Chappie, Sir Clive Lloyd, Carol Hodges, Kate Cross. What a roll call. It's a hard one to measure, with future names still to be written on the Red Rose together.
We're all about people. It's what the Red Rose really means. Yeah, the ones signing autographs, but the ones behind the scenes.
Our community, grassroots, the ones that feel tethered. Whether you're from here or belong here, we're the Red Rose together.
And what about this place? Talk about world-class venues, internationals, gigs, events. You can choose from a menu of triumph, of disaster, of pain, or pleasure.
We've seen it all at Emirates Old Trafford with the Red Rose together.
Red ball, white ball, lightning and thunder.
Have you ever sat back? Have you ever just wondered how far we've come? The storms we've weathered, or how far we'll go as the Red Rose together.
Well, I've made my way into C stand. I've got Leslie and Maureen, who've come all the way from Shropshire, I understand.
That's right, yeah.
Whereabouts?
A place called Newport.
So do you guys come here quite often then?
Yeah, as much as we can.
Fantastic. So it's a bit of a trek to come here, though, for games, isn't it?
Not really.
Not too far.
That far.
Worth it.
Yeah, that's it. We sometimes stay overnight, like we will tonight, stay overnight, so not travelling back late at night.
Now, what do you make of the start that Lancashire have had in the T20 this season so far? 3 from 3.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, unbelievable.
What do you think, Maureen?
Very good.
Are you confident they'll be able to go all the way this year?
They're going to make it 4 from 4 tonight.
Oh, blimey, that is confident.
Yes,
What's making you so confident then?
because you've got the best team.
Well, as simple as that, really, then, I suppose, isn't it? Who are you looking forward to seeing tonight?
Yeah, Sir James, of course. Yep.
Sir James, is he your favourite?
Sir James, yeah.
What is it you love about Jimmy?
I've been watching him since he first started playing here, and he's just got better and better and better. He's like a fine wine. He ages well.
He certainly does. Don't we all, hopefully? Now then, let me ask you, have you heard of the Emirates First Ball Flyer? Are you aware of this competition that we've got? You know about it?
Yes, I heard about it earlier.
So how would you fancy going for a little trip to Dubai? Would that suit?
Yeah, it's good.
Would you take Maureen with you?
Yeah.
Would you take Les with you?
Maybe.
Maybe. There you go. I thought that might be the case. Just to remind you all, everybody, that if the first Lancashire bowler takes a wicket with the first ball, somebody could be going to Dubai. I'm going to have a word with these guys at the back here, because I noticed there's some face painting that's going on. I can't even get in the stand here. There we go. Right, let me just open this door. Right, you guys up here, I've got some lovely face painting going on here. Let's go and get there. I love this. Where have you guys come from?
Liverpool.
Liverpool, okay. So I take it you're all Lancashire fans, yeah?
Yeah, of course, yeah. Has to be.
Who's done the face painting? Because that looks amazing.
It was outside. It was a lady called Sarah. She's great.
She did a good job for you?
Yeah.
So you guys are all confident we're going to be a Lancashire win tonight?
Yes. Yeah.
Absolutely, okay. And you're going to keep your eyes on the first ball flyer as well?
Yeah, absolutely.
Fancy a trip to Dubai?
Don't mind.
You don't mind? Well, don't mind. Well, it don't matter if I do. Brilliant. Okay. Right. Well, have a good time, guys. Thanks very much indeed for speaking to us, everybody. Don't forget, whoever bowls the first ball for Lancashire a little bit later on, if they get a wicket, 2 tickets to Dubai could be yours.
When I was a kid, there was no professional women's cricket. I didn't even think that women could be professional sports people.
Especially early on, it just didn't really seem like there was a career in it.
To support myself around cricket, I had to work at the petrol garage.
I was the only girl, so I stood out.
I'd love for young girls to be able to dream about being an athlete and it to be achievable.
Thanks to the Hilton funding my contract, it's allowed me to play the game that I love all day, every day.
We're like an engine and we need to be fuelled with the right gas.
Without funding, we can't be visible. You can't be what you can't see.
As a team, it feels like we're breaking boundaries.
Thunder and Lancashire always want to put women's cricket at the forefront, and now I think that's really shining through.
It's mad to think that without the Hilton funding, like, we wouldn't be playing cricket every day, training.
Well, we could be, but we wouldn't have any money.
We wouldn't, yeah, true.
Two names rich in history: Barton's, our family-run business with over 100 years of experience in drinks distribution, and Lancashire Cricket, a club drenched in tradition, heritage and globally recognised moments. Since 1917, Barton's has been supplying the finest wines, soft drinks and premium beverages across the UK, partnering with world-class brands to bring unforgettable experiences to every occasion. Now, we're excited to announce we will be bringing that same passion to cricket fans at Emirates Old Trafford. As the official wine, spirits and soft drinks partner of Lancashire Cricket, we're elevating matchday experiences, hospitality and celebrations across the next 3 years. From the first ball to the final cheers, Barton's is here to make every moment one to savour. Keep an eye out for some familiar brands such as Guinness, Celavino, VK Hooch and Britvic. Barton's and Lancashire Cricket, partnership built on passion, unforgettable moments and history.
L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. V is very, very extraordinary.
When I was a kid, there was no professional women's cricket. I didn't even think that women could be professional sports people.
Especially early on, it just didn't really seem like there was a career in it.
To support myself around cricket, I had to work at the petrol garage.
I was the only girl, so I stood out.
I'd love for young girls to be able to dream about being an athlete and it to be achievable.
Thanks to the Hilton funding my contract, it's allowed me to play the game that I love all day, every day.
We're like an engine and we need to be fuelled with the right gas.
Without funding, we can't be visible. You can't be what you can't see.
As a team, it feels like we're breaking boundaries.
Thunder and Lancashire always want to put women's cricket at the forefront, and now I think that's really shining through.
It's mad to think that without the Hilton funding, like, we wouldn't be playing cricket every day, training.
Well, we could be, but we wouldn't have any money.
We wouldn't, yeah, true.
So obviously big plug for Duncan there. But yeah, I do sympathise with that.
We're going to welcome our listeners and our viewers, rather, just while we're chatting here on Lancs TV, up into the commentary box where myself and Paul are just reminiscing about the window that got smashed at Durham off the bat of Michael Jones. Sorry, Andy, go on. Lancashire win the toss and they bat first. And as Paul mentioned, the pitch that we're playing on tonight is not the same surface that the women played on this afternoon. The men are playing on the same pitch that we've used so far here this season in the Blast. So we reckon this might be the 4th time. So Worcestershire, Lancashire in the first game, then the double header in the game after, and now tonight. So it's the 4th time that this surface has been used, and they've gone straight back to their left-arm spinner, Tom Hartley, to come back in, which seems like a sensible decision, Paul.
Yeah, I don't know if the decision to use a pitch would have been made that Tom Hartley was coming back in, but Lancashire are comfortable with the ball spinning, and their lineup does suggest that they have a number of spin options, and they're quite happy with that. You know, they may have looked at Leicester. Leicester not traditionally a ground that spins a great deal, Grace Red, although Leicester do have a couple of spinning options tonight in their lineup. But Lancashire maybe have decided they want to play roughly in the middle on a used wicket. It does suit Lancashire. I think what we've got to be honest is what Keaton Jennings has done well. He's won 4 tosses in a row.
Yes.
So after battle is T20 cricket, such a short form. Yeah, but you've given, they played 3 games at home. He won the toss and batted all 3 games, and obviously went up to Durham with a game that obviously May had a little bit in the surface, or there was a bit of rain around. I wasn't that up there, obviously you were, and they won the toss and bowled. So winning the toss is can be, tonight the toss was huge. Yeah, it's going to be a hell of a challenge for Leicester to try and chase down whatever Lancashire get batting in effect if it's the 4th game. It's the 8th innings on this surface.
Just on James Anderson, who played on Sunday, as we know, the first time since 2014, plays here at Emirates Old Trafford tonight. I mean, the pitch, you mentioned the pitch at Durham, the pitch was perfect for him on Sunday. And he bowled beautifully in the 4 overs that he bowled on it. You were his captain the last time that he played for Lancashire, or played a T20 match, rather, for anybody, which was in 2014. That was Finals Day 2014, you were his skipper. Just on the fact that he's still playing, 11 years on, how are you surprised?
I don't think surprised is the word. I think I think part of me is envious that he's still playing, and I think part of me is I'm in awe of his efforts and what he's done and what he's achieved. To be honest with you, not from from a physical point of view, obviously what he's done and what he got in the game, to look like he does at the same age as me, like I don't feel anything like Jimmy Anderson looks, I must admit. So to be able to run in and do what he does and put his body through it and still execute in the same way that he's always done, I think is phenomenal, and all credit must be given to him. So there you go. Yeah. So I don't think anyone is amazed at his skill level. The physical. I think what's key is that it's determination to still get out there and perform. I think is the key. I think that at some stage you may lose that as a professional sportsman, whatever sport that is. And Jimmy has still got it, and he still wants to do that. And he's trying to battle against the rest of the sporting world and the cricket world, telling him he's too old, and he's pushing up against that. Good luck to him. He's wonderful for Lancashire to have around. I think it's great, considering what's gone on and how the start of the season unfolded for Lancashire, to have someone who's been at the club obviously since he was 15, a long time. He's such a, he's got a stand name after him, hasn't he? So he's a wonderful figure. To have him as a calming influence in the dressing room, that obviously he's clearly got a lot of chaos going on at the moment, or has had a lot of chaos going on. You don't lose a coach 8 weeks into a season without winning a game, without their big problems in the dressing room. The captain resigned or was moved on. There's a lot of things that have gone on. Keaton Jennings alluded to it at the start. So to have Jimmy in and around, and next to Crofty as well, given Crofty's role, Jimmy and Crofty and I, we played cricket since we were, 15 years of age. So for Crofty to have Jimmy as a steady support in a dressing room is a really, really good thing about him at the moment. Jimmy will also form a bit of a bowling role as well, won't he? A bowling mentor, coaching role, whatever you want to look at. So it's great to have him around, not only as a playing capacity, but in a steady, stable person in an environment capacity. I don't know how greatly it'll help prepare him. The T20 cricket is a blast in effect on your body. So it is hard, it is fast, you feel it a little bit more in the mornings. What James Anderson has previously been able to do is just focus on red ball cricket, just focus on one coloured ball, just bowl first-class cricket length, just bowl test cricket, bowl his own overs and manage his own workload. He's probably still doing that within this frame. Now he's on to white ball cricket. He was always a guy who needed bowl overs in him to bowl to get fit. And it's a lack of overs that, challenge him, I think. So this will help him get ready for four-day cricket.
Just welcome our listeners on Sports Extra 3 to Emirates Old Trafford here on the BBC Sport website and app, and on Likes TV as well. Scott Reed and Paul Horton up in the commentary box at the minute. We'll hear from David Lloyd a little later on. We're about 5 minutes away from the start. For our new listeners or viewers that have just joined us, the news from the middle is that Lancashire Lightning have won the toss and they are batting first. They've made one change. Their side that beat Durham on Sunday, Tom Hartley comes in for Jack Blatherwick, which means that James Anderson plays here at Old Trafford in a T20 Blast game for the first time this season and for the first time since 2014, on the back of his stellar return to the competition on Sunday, where he picked up 3 wickets for Lancashire Lightning. We'll run through the two sides in full in a moment or two. We're not too far away from the start of play. At 6:30, the scheduled start of play. Paul Horton alongside me, former Lancashire and Leicestershire man. In terms of how you see this game shaping up, what do you reckon tonight, Paul?
I think it'll be a close contest, but I do think Lancashire will win. I think they'll put a total on the board, which will be too much given all their spin options on a used wicket. So I think they've been in great form, and I think anything sort of, we haven't seen it, but anything is sort of 160 above, anything above 8, I think in a big field like this, the turning ball will be too much for Leicester.
So it's that key of winning the toss and batting first and having your spinners on a used pitch that could be the difference, you reckon?
Yeah, look, I think it will spin all the way throughout, but definitely it's a great toss to win, isn't it? Get a total on the board and then you can squeeze hard. With your spinners in the middle period, it's not an easy, or never been an easy field to hit the spinning ball 60, 80 metres and clear the ropes, hasn't it? So it'll be tough, and Lancashire are well drilled in T20 cricket, aren't they? Their record in this competition is phenomenal, and their record at home is second to none. When was the last, how many games, when was the last time Lancashire lost at home over the last year, a few years? Scott?
Yeah. It's been a while.
Guard of honour from Our Ladies Catholic High School in Preston. Please welcome tonight's umpires, Richard Kettleborough and Simon Widdop. And please welcome today's visitors, the Leicestershire Foxes. Emirates Old Trafford, are you ready? Please welcome to the pitch the opening batters for Lancashire Lightning. Scatterblast at 7.
To the middle here, Keaton Jennings and Luke Wells heading out to open the batting, because Lancashire have elected to do that. Let's run through the full sides for you. So Jennings, Wells, Hurst, Jones, Turner, Green, Bohannon, Hartley, Aspinwall, Barnard and Anderson. As for the Leicestershire Foxes, who have played 2, they've won 1 and they've lost 1. They've got Rishi Patel, Saul Buddinger, Louis Kimber, Sean Masood, Ben Cox, Liam Travaskis, Logan Van Beek, Tom Scriven, Matt Salisbury, Roman Walker and Riyad Ahmed make up the Foxes side. So Lancashire play 3, 1, 3 and sit top. Of course, it's the top 4 that qualify for the knockout stages, and it's the top 2 that secured a home quarter-final tie. But we're jumping ahead of ourselves because there are 14 group matches and we've only played 3 of the allotted 14 for Lancashire, and Leicestershire only played 2 of their allotted 14. So there's a lot of T20 cricket to go between now and the end of the group campaign. But here we go. Luke Wells on strike, slip in place, and Wells off the back foot, off the inner half of the bat, just turns us up towards mid-on. And through for a single. Wells moves on to 1, as indeed do Lancashire Lightning. This is the second game of the T20 doubleheader. Earlier today we had Lancashire Thunder against Hampshire Hawks in the women's T20 competition. It was a victory for Hampshire in the early match. So another doubleheader at Emirates Old Trafford. Lots of these doubleheaders, and this is the second on the spin here at home for both Lightning and Thunder. Slight tweak to the field with Jennings on strike, and third man comes out towards deep backward point. There's also a deep square leg as well. There's Salisbury over the wicket and bowling to Lancashire's T20 captain. That's defended up towards mid-off, where Logan Van Beek fields, and there is no run. So early stages of the of this T20 fixture here tonight. We're not playing on the same. Normally on these back-to-back doubleheader type things, you have the first game played, the women's match, and then the blokes play on the same pitch basically. But not today. Thunder had a fresh pitch, and Lightning are using a used wicket. It's driven straight down the ground for 4, and Jennings is off the mark with a beautiful straight drive, and Lancashire Lightning move on to 5 without loss.
It's a lovely shot by Jennings. He's clearly a man in form. Straight back down the ground. A slightly over pitch from Salisbury, and he got the treatment. It does look a slightly slower wicket. We know it is used. It does look a slightly slower wicket. Interesting fields initially from Leicester. Clearly well planned. Yeah, 2 men out for Wells, deep backward square leg, deep mid wicket, and slightly field change for Jennings. So different plans for these opening batters for Lancashire.
Salisbury bowls to Jennings, just half forward, just a little shuffle forward, then pushes safely up towards wide mid-off where Van Beek fields. 1 run for Jennings, so he moves to 5. Lancashire Lightning are 6 without loss. Brings Wells back on strike. The last time these two batted here in the T20 game just at the back end of last week, they put on a record-breaking partnership of 177 for the first wicket. It was not just a T20 record for Lancashire, it was a T20 record in the North Group of this competition since it was first started back in 2003. Slightly uppish from Wells, pushing away towards the offside. And there is no run. Shah Massoud fielding inside the circle.
Be really interesting to see how Leicester adapt here. If the wicket does have a little bit of spin or it does sit in the surface, be interesting to see how their seamers adapt. Do they traditionally go what they normally do on a fresh pitch, hold the seam up, or do they use slower balls and cutters a bit earlier? You get a good vibe when you bowl in second because you can see what's effective in the first 20 overs, but you don't get that when you bowl first.
It's Salisbury to Wells. Off the back foot, hammered away for 4 through the offside. A race along the pretty dry, quick outfield out towards the boundary at deep backward point. Second boundary of the over, final ball of the first. Lancashire into double figures, they're 10 without loss.
Yeah, lovely shot from Wells. Obviously everyone's up on the offside for Wells because he's got 2 men out, deep backward square and deep mid-wicket, any side, 1 through the offside. So, yeah, really good cricket from Wells, sort of countering the field placements that they've got in place.
It's amazing when you mentioned about the toss. There was a World Cup the other year, wasn't there? And in fact, a lot of the IPL games recently have been like this. If you win the toss, you win the match. I mean, I'm not saying it's like that here, but there's elements of that around the world in T20 cricket.
Yeah, I think at times there is. I think obviously the World Cup was phenomenal for that, wasn't it? It definitely had a huge impact on other. Yeah, the IPL at times maybe yes, but yeah, here it does. It certainly does help on certain grounds. It depends when Dew takes over, or this is a used wicket, so you would want to have first use of it with the bat and put a total on the ball. Ultimately, that's what Lancashire have done. And Lancashire batted first in all 3 games they played here, but they played on the same wicket, haven't they?
They have. They know it pretty well. It will be Louis Kimber. Some spin for the second over of the match into Jennings. It's carved away off the back foot. Again, it beats the infield, and that'll race away for 4. I mean, he's not kind of hammered it, Jennings. He's just timed it, hasn't he, really? For 4 more, 14 without loss.
Yeah, it's a really good cricket shot. It's actually a really good matchup for Leicester and Kimber bowling off spin, and this wicket does spin 2 left-handers for Lancashire, so it's a good option in the power play, but it's a beautiful cricket shot. He leant back and just picked the gap, Jennings.
Kimber to Jennings. Jennings chops that away into the offside. They want a single, but they decide against it. There's no run. Nottinghamshire, or the Notts Outlaws, used a similar tactic the other day when Jennings and Wells were batting. They got Matt Montgomery into the attack with his off spin. Didn't find a breakthrough, and then for the rest of that partnership, as that's worked into the onside by Jennings, he might want two here. No, just nudged away for a single. They had the ball spinning back in towards them from the Nottinghamshire spinners, so they got through that on Saturday with the ball turning away. These two went on a pretty commanding partnership of 177.
Jennings does really well as a player. He's clearly got power and he's good up front, and obviously beautiful shots, but he goes unrecognisable. He's clever when he bats. He just thinks there for ones, he keeps it moving, so his dot ball percentage is quite low, and that's what makes him a really, really good player.
In comes Kimber, balls to Wells. It's pushed away and towards the offside, and there is no run. 4 fielders inside the circle on the offside. There's Kimber to Wells, hitting out towards the leg side. He could be in danger. He's gone. Caught out on that deep mid-wicket boundary. It's a shot and a boundary that brought him many runs on Saturday, but he's been caught out in the deep, and Wells departs. An early breakthrough for the Foxes. Kimber strikes. Wells goes for 5, 15 for 1.
He's a bit of lucky, Luke Wells. Obviously, Kimber's dropped it short. He's picked the only man out on 60, 70 metres of field to play with on the leg side. But it is a strong area for Wells, deep mid-wicket, and they've obviously had one in since he started for the first over of seam and also for the spin. So unfortunate for Wells, but obviously a breakthrough for Kimber's off spin, which is a good option when he bowls in the second over of the power play.
Hurst is the new batter to join Keaton Jennings. Catch out in the deep. The breeze on Saturday was really strong, as it is, the same direction as it is now, and Wells was using that to his advantage at the weekend, as indeed was Jennings. There wasn't enough breeze to take the ball over the rope. Indeed.
Just checking which way the wind's going.
It was going the same way as it was on Saturday. Sorry, mate. Yeah, kind of blowing as we look from the state of men left to right. There's Kimber's into to Hurst. Just drops in towards the onside, and there is no run. I'm just looking at the end of the over as well. Good one for Kimber. For the Foxes, they got rid of Wells, who's been in pretty stellar form in the opening 3 group games. 15 for 1, 2 overs gone. Jennings 10, Hurst on 0.
Yeah, really good wicket for the Foxes to break. Yeah, the opening partnership, as you mentioned before, 177. They got in a couple of games ago was a record for not only for Lancashire but for the North Group forever, isn't it? The whole competition since it existed.
Yeah,
so, yeah, to break up that partnership, and Wells and Jennings have been phenomenal for Lancashire in recent years, opening the batting. But I think we'll see, obviously having a left-hand right-hand combination will suit Lancashire. Hurst to be able to pick off the off spin if he carries on. But it does create obviously that left-hand right-hand for Lancashire now.
Jennings now has over 1,600 runs in his T20 career for Lancashire, so he's on the list of their highest run scorers in this format. He's gone beyond Alex Davis. And there's only 4 players above him on the list. Van Beek comes in from the state of men, balls to Jennings. It's cut out into the offside. Budinger fields at backward point, and there's no run. So the only players above him on the list in terms of top T20 run scorers for Lancashire are Tom Smith, Carl Brown, Liam Livingston and Stephen Croft, who leads the way with over 5,000 T20 runs for Lancashire. He's almost double that of Liam Livingston. Joss Butler's 7th on that list with 1,500 runs for Lancashire in T20 cricket. So he's in a good list there, is Jennings. Just Croft, Livingston, Brown and Smith above him. There's a bit of movement behind the bowler's arm. Everyone's looking around from the bench as to what was causing the distraction. Here is Logan Van Beek for the Leicestershire Foxes. They've got an early wicket in the power play, looking for another one here, trying to find the wicket of Jennings, who's trying to work it out towards the leg side. There's a slight hesitation as Hurst went through for 1. Jennings Quickly had to put the afterburners on, in truth, to scramble home, but he did. And he moves to 11, and Lancashire Lightning move on to 16. But there was a rather nervous glance over his left shoulder, Keaton Jennings, for a moment.
It was a change of pace from Logan Van Beek. I'm going to say Beek, not Bake. Did you say, is it Logan Van Beek?
Bake, I was told from our colleagues from Radio Leicester.
Okay, I'll go with Bake. Your pronunciation of it is slightly better than mine at the moment, but I will improve as the evening progresses.
16 for 1. Here is Van Beek in and balls to Hurst. It's dropped out towards the onside. And there's a couple scampering after it, Travascus being one of them. And a single for Hurst. He's off the mark. He moves to 1. 17 for 1 halfway through the third over.
But just on Logan, I can stick with Logan.
Yeah,
he has been a really good addition for Leicester this season. And I think where Leicester have been very good in recent times, last sort of 12 to 18 months, is their recruitment of players. I think has really helped them drive to be a better cricket team.
That's in the air from Jennings out towards the leg side. Will it land safe? It does, only just though. Louis Kimber chasing after it, frantically scrambling, trying to make up the ground from mid-on. Just beyond the reach of the Foxes T20 skipper. He put the dive in, but couldn't quite make up the ground.
He just bounced a little bit high on the bat as Jennings tried to pull into the leg side and went over wide mid-on. Kimber ran round. He was never really in contention of getting it, but good effort in the end.
In Van Beek and bowls, so Jennings hits it down the ground, and Travascus gets something on it coming round from mid-off, just to take the pace off the ball, and Kimber completes the fielding. Jennings comes back for 2. 21 for 1. And 1 ball left of the third. Well, he's been a bit of a thorn in Lancashire's side this season already, is Logan Van Beek. Just a few weeks ago at Grace Row, picked up 7 wickets in the win that for Leicestershire. Picked up a couple of wickets here in the championship game as well, a few weeks before that. It's worked into the onside by Jennings. Not picked up cleanly by Masood at mid-wicket, and Jennings can go through for 1. And he keeps the strike as well. 22 for 1, 3 overs gone here, live from Emirates Old Trafford on Lancs TV, on the BBC Sport website and app, on Sports Extra 3. We're on the radio across the Northwest on BBC Radio Lancashire as well. So lots of way to follow the cricket. From David Lloyd, in the not too distant future, Paul Horton alongside myself, Scott Reed, Kevin Howells with us as well. So lots of voices to keep us entertained.
Yeah, there'll be a squad rotation,
which
will work really well. And they're going to continue with Kimber. It's a really good option against Jennings. Hurst, maybe not so much, but I think after his first over, 1 for 5, it's a really good option to get another over spin in the power play.
Into Jennings, swatted off the inner half of the bat up towards mid-on. There is no run. Masood fields there for the Foxes. Yeah, the 1 wicket to fall was Luke Wells, caught by Roman Walker on the deep mid-wicket boundary. Wells sweeps away down towards the boundary for 4. He's a strong scoring option, isn't it, for Keaton Jennings, certainly from the spinner. 26 for 1, Lancashire Lightning.
Yeah, it's a really good cricket. It's a poor delivery, actually, from Kimber. He's 2-leg side. He went at 45 and a square leg up, and it's a free hit for Jennings, because obviously the deep back with square leg is non-existent. It's a deep mid-wicket forward. So it's a really good shot from Jennings.
26 for 1, Jennings to 20. Kimber in, bowls, and Jennings hits it down the ground. Lovely shot over the rope. 6 for Jennings, arrow straight from the Lancashire T20 skipper, back over Kimber's head, and 6 for Lancashire to move them to 32 for 1.
Again, wonderful cricket from Jennings. He sort of knows that Kimber's going to give it a little bit of extra flight. He just sort of shimmied down and bopped it back over his head for 6. He didn't wild swing at it. It was just a clean cricket shot. Keaton Jennings, clearly a man in serious form. The white ball, enjoying his freedom with the white ball. And Kimber, yeah, let's be honest, Kimber's off spin is part-time. It's not his number 1 suit. And he's starting to get the treatment in his second over here.
Yeah, tough in the power play especially, isn't it? It's off the back foot, slapped away. That'll be 4 more. That's to the right of mid-off, out towards the boundary, into the rope. 4, 6 and a 4 in this over for Jennings. He moves on to 30, and it's 36 for 1. We're in the 4th over. And Jennings, who have got 35 against Worcestershire, 95 against, in fact he got 66 against Worcestershire, 95 against Notts, 24 against Durham. He's up to 30 now in this 4th match of this group campaign.
He's a powerhouse, and he's leading from the front, isn't he, in his campaign, winning the toss and then scoring a lot of runs.
Kimber to Jennings. He's up on his toes and just nudging the ball out towards the leg side for 1 run. Riyad Ahmed fielding. Jennings through for 1. So 31 to Keaton Jennings. 1 ball left of the 4th over. 37 for 1 for Lancashire Lightning. They won the toss and wanted to have a bat first. Matty Hurst is the new batter. 2 leg side boundary catches at long on and at deep mid-wicket for Hurst, facing just his 3rd ball. Kimber in and balls to Hurst, shuffling to the leg side, just trying to find a gap through the off, but he can't. End of the over. 37 for 1. Jennings 31. Hurst, he's on 1. Wells the only wicket to depart so far. He's out for 5.
It's a brilliant over for Lancashire. The power play, going really hard, but obviously that, there were 22 after 3 overs, which is just steady, isn't it? Steady, just above run a ball. But that huge over there, another big over. Was it 15 off that last over? Jennings, really, really good batting there. Sweep, missed his line, slightly over pitched, 6 straight and down, and then he knows that he's not going to slowly over pitch it again. He's going to dig it in. Jennings just sat back and then just cut it through the ring. It's clever, smart batting for a man who's clearly informed and has played a lot of cricket for Lancashire in England.
Yes, indeed. Yes. And he's in good touch. Thoughts of Paul Horton with us tonight here at Emirates Old Trafford. And Salisbury returns and bowls a ball that's short, and he steps across the stumps, and easy pickings, I reckon, that for Jennings, just scooping it over his shoulder down towards the boundary for 4 more. 41 for 1.
Yeah, it's not about delivery from Salisbury. He's sort of change of pace. He's dug in the surface, but Jennings has got different tack because he's bopped him down the ground. He just got inside it and helped it on its way. It's clever batting. They've got a deep mid wicket and a deep backward square leg. It might be time to just change the attack a little bit here. They mid wicket up, or they're going for square leg up, fine leg back.
Jennings to 35 from 17. Salisbury sets off. Jennings wasn't quite ready. I think he was just checking exactly what they'd done with the field. And he spins over and looks over his shoulder down towards fine leg. He sees a boundary rider below the point. And there's 1 man out in the deep at mid-wicket as well. Salisbury for the Foxes, in and balls. Hammered down the ground. 4 more by Jennings. Stand and deliver from the Lancashire T20 skipper. Clubbed back over the bowler's head, over the umpire's head. And 4 more, 45 for 1 in the 5th. Brutal from Jennings again.
He's brilliant batting. It shows how good a wicket it is. Obviously, he's not, it's still a good wicket, but he's just stepped into it and clubbed it down the ground. He knows that Salisbury's going to want to air a bit fuller after being short and pulled. So he's just 1 step and clubbed down the ground. Wonderful batting.
45 for 1 in the 16th. Salisbury to Jennings. That's a thickish edge which he's caught inside the circle. Rishi Patel with the catch. Went for another big shot, Jennings. And it's sliced out towards short third, where Patel takes the catch. And the Foxes get rid of the Lancashire T20 skipper. 45 for 2. It's good fun while it lasted for Lancashire, but Jennings goes for 39.
Huge blow for Lancashire, but it's actually a brave bit of bowling. He went again, but he went and rolled his fingers over it. It was like off spinner. He just sat in the surface a little bit. And Jennings got a leading edge as it spun a little bit off the wicket, and a leading edge caught sort of short third man. Wonderful innings from Jennings. Powerhouse at the top there. Not long enough probably as Lancashire would like, but definitely 45 for 2. Still a good start for Lancashire.
Yeah, he knew, didn't he? Looked over his shoulder straight away. He's in trouble, and he knew it. Rishi Patel with the catch.
Yeah, he just rolled his fingers over it. He did it first, but it was too short. That's fuller, and it's just got into Jennings' arm, but it's just held in the surface. It's still a very good power play for Lancashire. 2 wickets down. They're going at 10s, aren't they? Power play is key when it's going to be used in spinning wicket. The power play is key. Fielders are up. How much can you get in the power play today? Because it's going to be tough once the field goes back. If it spins in the surface, it's not going to be easy. Just clear the ropes.
So you've got to try and fill your boots in these first 6 overs.
Well, everyone tries to fill the boots in
Well,
6
that's
overs
true.
anyway, but it's even more important on a lower scoring game. You can blow the game apart, can't you? Yeah, because it's not as easy to score in the middle period if it does spin. Against spin, it has a field back.
45 for 2, Michael Jones, the new batter. Salisbury in 2, Jones. Flashes that one away off his pads through the leg side. Out towards Riyad Ahmed at deep mid-wicket for a single. Jones moves to 41, 46 for 2. Brings Hurst on strike. So Lancashire Lightning looking to fill their boots, in particular, in this power play, on this used pitch. They've lost their 2 openers, Wells and Jennings, but Hurst and Jones together here is Salisbury. 2 balls left of the 5th over. Sets off from the Brian Statham men over the wicket and balls. It's in the air, leg side. It'll bounce safely of the fielders out in the deep. And for a second, I thought there may have been a bit of a collision out there on the rope between Walker and Ahmed, but they managed to sort it out between them. Hurst has come back for 2 in the end. He moves to 3, 48 for 2.
And this is a really interesting partnership. It's sort of the future at the moment for Lancashire in the power. Hurst has had a brilliant last couple of years. But it's really interesting to see how Jones does in his format. I know he's played first-class cricket at the start of the season, but traditionally I think he's a better white ball player than he's red ball player.
Salisbury to complete the over to Hurst. It's short and wide and it's cut. Will it run away from the fielders? It's heading out towards a deep backward point boundary. They'll just flick back. And they might hustle back for 3. They have. They turn. They're going to come back for a sharp 3rd. It's really, really good running to have squeezed 3 out there when at kind of the most you're thinking 2. Excellent by Hurst and Jones. That brings up the 50 for Lancashire Lightning as well. 51 for 5. Correction, 51 for 2 after 5. I'll get there in the end. With Wells and Jennings, the 2 men out. 1 over left of the power play here for Lancashire Lightning to try and see if they can add to this score, which has been laid, or the platform laid for them by the Lancashire T20 captain Keaton Jennings. Change in the commentary box, and David Lloyd is alongside us. Good evening, Bumble.
Yeah, good evening. Good start. Couple of wickets down, which is not ideal, but 5 overs for 50. They're going all right.
So far, so good. Van Beek comes back into the attack from the James Anderson end. And Hurst on strike. Deep mid-wicket and deep backward square leg. Guarding the boundary rope. Short, pulled, out towards the leg side. On it in a flash. And all the way for 6. And Hurst moves to 12, 57 for 2.
Powerful shot, this. It's a flat 6 into the breeze. Into where the concert stand would be. He pulls it off the front foot, actually. It's a short ball, not quick. There's all sorts of paraphernalia over there. There's the covers. What are the other things? There's something on huge wheels, like scaffolding on huge wheels.
Oh, it's the lights, isn't it, to try and help encourage grass growth. As Van Beek is in and bowls, it's pulled again. It's along the ground this time. It's towards the leg side, and it's actually stopped on the rope. It's a good effort. They'll come back for 2. Hurst moves on to 14, 59 for 2 in the 6th.
He's very close to it, to the boundary. I see what you mean. It's oh, there's a name for it. I can't remember. Make grass grow. That's the technical term.
Yeah, short and wide by Van Beek as Hurst slaps it up towards mid-off and there's no run.
You know, that was a good piece of fielding. He's unbelievably close to the boundary line. Riyad Ahmed helped. It was a 2-man operation to stop it right on the boundary.
59 for 2, halfway through the 6th over. Logan Van Beek for the Leicestershire Foxes comes in and bowls to Hurst. That's chopped away out towards backward point. It's fielded inside the fielding circle. Hurst wanted 1. He's sent back, and rightly so, by Jones as Walker's quickly onto that. Shies at the stumps towards the bowler's end.
Oh, he wants 4 there, short, wide, and he whacked it straight to the fielder. 59 for 2.
2 to go of the power play. Hurst on 14. 6 off the first ball of the over. Van Beek in, bowls in the air. Could be in danger. Oh, just beyond the running Liam Travaskis. And Hurst survives and comes back for 2.
Yeah, it's a false shot. It's high on the bat. He's looking to pull into that leg side again. Travaskis just can't get there.
Hurst to 16, 61 for 2. Here we go, final ball of this first 6 overs of the power play. Hurst swings and misses, and it's through to the keeper, and it's a clever delivery by Van Beek to finish the power play. 6 gone, 61 for 2.
That's a good score in 6 overs. Field can relax a little bit now. Good delivery, that last one. On a warm pitch. We reckon we've played on this pitch 4 times. 4 games have been played on it. That last delivery there, just a slower delivery, an off-cutter, taking the pace off. Boundary, again, it is pushed back as it was previously on this pitch. And Lancashire playing 4 spinners. Tom Hartley coming into the team, Barnard staying in the team. Blatherwick going out to accommodate Tom Hartley, and we're going to see a bit of wrist spin, leg spin from Rian Ahmed, good cricketer.
Yeah, potentially a big role to play both with ball and with the bat later on. So here we go. Fielders a little bit pushed out from the fielding circle. So Riyad Ahmed's leg spin in and bowling. Just dropped a little short first to Jones, trying to nudge the ball away. There's no addition to the score. In fact, wide signal by the umpire. Simon Widdop and Richard Kettleborough are umpires today. 62 for 2. Ahmed bowls again, flat and quick, and the back foot punched away into the offside. No run. Kimber Fields inside the circle.
Wonder what pace he will bowl, Rian Ahmed. First 2 have been flat and quick.
And again, forward goes Jones, worked away into the onside. Out through mid-wicket, just for 1. Van Beek muscling his way up from the mid-wicket boundary to field.
It's just freed Michael Jones up, hasn't it, coming into T20 cricket. Didn't have the best start in red ball cricket, then got an injury, a back injury. Seems okay now, got a 50 against Durham.
Yeah, he kind of marshalled that run chase really for Lancashire on Sunday. There's Ahmed's in and bowling off the back foot by Hurst, pushed away into the offside for a single.
I watched that game, it was a real nail biter.
It was.
You know, you've got to win them tough games. 1 to win, last ball.
Yeah, the scores were level. Blatherwick came out, hit it and charged off. Got the single to win it. Ooh, that just snakes away past the edge of the bat as Jones rocks onto the front foot.
That's a beauty. Leg spinner, nice bit of flight and spin. Genuine leg spinner.
We've seen a couple from Kimber and now from Ahmed that will grip and turn.
Oh, it'll spin.
Floodlights just flickering on as Riyad Ahmed waits for Jones, who taps his bat. He's in and bowling. Oh, that's a terrific piece of bowling. And he's bowled Jones with a beauty. No wonder he's smiling. That's a lovely ball by Riyad Ahmed. The leg spinner does for Jones. Lancashire lose their 3rd, 64 for 3.
Well, that's a ripper. I mean, the other way around was Shane Warne, the ball of the century, but that is an absolute beauty. Just getting into his bowling in his first over, Rian Ahmed. First 2 were sliders and didn't spin, but this is an absolute ripper. It comes in. He's looking to play defensively, Jones, into the leg side. He spins and just knocks the off pole back. It's a beauty. Good spin. Lovely. 3 down. That's not ideal. So early in the piece. The runs are on the board. 64 for 3. Just coming to the end of the 7th.
Ashton Turner. New batter heading out to join Matthew Hurst. Ahmed has sent down 5 really, really intriguing deliveries. The first was the wide. His follow-ups from there have been fascinating to watch.
Well, just getting a bit of spin on the ball as well, particularly them last 2 deliveries. And we know this pitch will spin, but well, leg spin. think leg spin is perfect for Emirates Old Trafford.
1 to go of his first over. It's been a beauty so far. Turner's the new batter. Here comes Ahmed in and bowls to Turner. It's played away into the onside. There is no run. End of the over. Just a quick one to say our listeners across BBC Radio Lancashire, cricket continues on FM after 7 o'clock tonight. 64 for 3, 7 overs gone.
Okay, East End, you know what time it is. Who wants a T-shirt? Come on, make some noise if you want a T-shirt. Who wants it? There we go. Up there, up there, over there. There you go, guys. Over there. Who wants one over there? You guys over there. There we go. Up in the back there. Next time. Cheers, guys.
Hands on a T-shirt, happy days.
It's not T-shirt weather tonight.
That's very true. Yeah. That wind is quite chilly, isn't it? Kimber to Hurst. He just plays that late, trying to cut the ball away. Picked up at backward point, and there is no run. So we're in the 8th over. Hurst on 17. Lancashire Lightning 64 for 3. Kimber in for his 3rd over of the evening. Ball's over the wicket to Hurst. That's pulled out towards the leg side. 3 fielders on the leg side boundary. One of whom is Riyad Ahmed. He fields. Hurst gets a single, moves on to 18. 65 for 3.
It is a shorter boundary towards the temporary stand that isn't there for the concerts, but you're into the breeze, and it's a stiff breeze. Off spinner ball into the right-handed batter. It's the shorter side, but you've got to give it some.
Tried there, didn't he, Hurst, to give it a bit of welly. Ashton Turner waits as Kimber's in and bowls. Right back into the crease. A wristy shot up through mid-on. And Turner moves to 1. Travascus, kind of a good part to play as well. He's got a pretty handy record against Lancashire Lightning in T20 Blast games here. He's played for Durham a few times over the years. Short pull by Hurst out towards Travascus. Fields again. Hurst moves to 19, 67 for 3.
Ashton Turner from Western Australia, Perth lad. I keep thinking of that song, You Ain't Seen Nothing Yet. That was Backman Turner Overdrive.
Kimber to Turner. That's off the back foot and worked out towards Travascus at long on for a single. Moves to 2, 68 for 3.
Did he played at Durham, didn't he, Ashton Turner? And somewhere else. Or is it just Durham?
He's cricketers with several teams to his name. Kimber's in and bowls to Hurst. Little short and wide, cut away out towards the offside. Picked up on the point boundary. Throw comes in. Headed there. Just the one up there. 69 for 3. 8 overs gone. Floodlight time here. As we get into the early part of the evening. Lancashire Lightning 69 for 3. 8 overs gone. We lost Luke Wells for 5. Keaton Jennings for 39. Luke Jones for 2. A couple of sixes so far in the evening. Dismissals of Wells, Jennings and Jones.
2 good overs there. Quiet overs for the Foxes. No boundaries. Ahmed again.
Into Hurst. The back foot slapped down the ground by Hurst. Takes him to 21, 70 for 3.
Google again, I think. Certainly pitched and moved back into the right-hander.
Turner on strike. Ahmed in. Bowls. Oh, it's a lovely delivery. Slides past the edge of the bat as he plays and misses. Taken by the keeper.
He's got a lovely action. That's a leg spinner. Beats him outside the off stump.
Ahmed to Turner. Thickish edge, just leading edge as he squirts away into the offside. There's no run.
He's all over him. This leg spin, slow leg spin, and in fact it's not so slow. Bowling a good pace.
70 for 3. Ahmed in. Oh, it's another beauty. Past Turner this time. May have been the googly, that one from Ahmed, as he rattles into the top of off stump. He's had an outstanding start, Riyad Ahmed. 2 wickets in his first 2 overs. Lancashire lose their 4th, 70 for 4.
I'm sure it's a googly. I just said that he's all over Lancashire. They want to score boundaries. It's been quiet for a couple of overs and he's absolutely on it. Mentioned he's got a lovely action, a little bit of flight, he pitches, comes back into the right-hander, it's the top of off stump, it's a google. So a young lad able to bowl leg spinners and googlies. There it is, just seen the release out of the back of his hand, it's a beauty. There's such a difficult skill. And he gets hundreds when he bats. Young cricketer. Outstanding.
Yeah, it's a fabulous spell from Riyad Ahmed from the Brian Statham men. The ball to turn away, turn back in, slide on. It's in a whole array of excellent spin bowling from Riyad Ahmed. Josh Bohannon's the new batter. Slip in place, 70 for 4. Bowls to Bohannon, that's pushed away into the offside. And Bohannon gets a single straight away. He moves to 1. 71 for 4 with 1 ball after the 9th.
So from a team effort, what do you do now? Just keep going and consolidate. You've got plenty of batting. Modern ways, just keep going. Get a partnership, build a partnership. They've got to somehow work out a way to score against Ahmed.
He's got 1 ball left of his second over. Balls to Hurst, asking for an LBW. Riyad Ahmed slip fancied it, keeper fancied it, and for a second the umpire started to
arm spin.
Spin, and a bit more spin. Start the 10th over. Travaskis in and balls to Bohannon. Placed forward off the inner half of the bat. Squirts away behind square. Hurst has gone scampering through for 1. And at the other end, Bohannon leisurely just jogging through to complete the single. Takes him to 2. 72 for 4. As we begin the 10th over of the Lancashire Lightning innings. Hurst on 21. Travaskis in balls, pushed away into the offside. Tumbling stop by Salisbury inside the circle, no run.
And for these spinners to get through their overs, and there's really no damage recently, no boundaries.
Left arm round the wicket, fizzed into Hurst off the back foot, worked away into the onside again. He's galloped through the first. Hurst, he wanted to try and push for 2, but oh, they'll get 2 actually. The throw comes in from Ahmed and it's an overthrow. It's a really awkward one for the keeper to take, I think. Couldn't take it cleanly. I've got the second, 74 for 4. Yes, he's 23 not out. Travaskis for the Foxes from the James Anderson end. And then balls off the back foot by Hurst, played back towards Liam Travaskis. And there's no run. Dot ball, 3 off the over so far, 2 balls left. Hurst waits, Travaskis in and bowls. Want to work that out towards long on. Hurst for a single takes him to 24, 75 for 4.
I'm sure years ago I came and watched the second 11 game and Bohannon got 100 in 48 balls for the 2s.
He's on strike now for the final ball of the over. And just taking a single out towards mid-wicket. Ahmed comes up from the boundary. Bohannon moves on to 3. Keeps a strike as well. 76 for 4. 10 overs gone. Halfway stage. Bohannon has a chance here to try and build innings and find a partnership. It's what he did actually on Sunday at Durham in a low-scoring game. Jones and Bohannon batted patiently, knowing that they had some big hitters to come down the line. Bohannon and Hurst just trying to rebuild here. 76 for 4. And Paul Horton comes back into the commentary box. Been enjoying watching the Riyadh Ahmed spinning from this end of the ground.
Yeah, really, really impressive. Obviously, the wicket suits him, but yeah, quick through the air. Leg spin and googlies, hard to play, hard to pick, so quite quick action. Yeah, really, and obviously they're taking him off now. Kimber to bowl. Is this his last over?
It is, yep. Kimber's ball 3. Ahmed's got 2 left. Kimber's in and bowling. Bohannon pulls the ball out towards the leg side for a single. Van Beek coming up from deep mid-wicket to field.
A better end for Kimber to bowl, obviously a bigger leg side boundary to 2 right-handers, and obviously hold back a couple of 2 overs from Riyadh Ahmed, obviously flick in the middle and a little bit further on in the innings.
Kimber to Hurst, driven down the ground for a single. Sean Masood comes up from the long-on boundary. Hurst moves to 25, 78 for 4.
And Kimber's got a backward, like a short third man and a backward point. I think he could have a mid-wicket here. Big spin, off spin.
Into Bohannon. That's worked through mid-wicket. Bohannon, well, they're kind of flirting with 2. Masood's gone round quickly from long on to deep mid-wicket to field, just a single.
And into that area, it's too easy for Bohannon to chip in there. He may get 2, and he's definitely going to get it. One has to do is hit the ball on the leg side, the ball turning in. Is he going to reverse sweep at 7.5 for 4? I'm not convinced. It's a defensive field, this.
The back foot by Hurst. Hit through the offside for a single towards Scriven on the point boundary.
So it is really spinning. It is hard. This is too easy field here. Bohannon, yeah, look when he sets up, right across off stump, open his stance up. Anytime he hits the ball on the leg side, he gets a run.
In and bowls, and that is chipped to the leg side, but behind square down towards short. Fine. Oh, they've just had to maybe push that through a little bit quicker to get through for 1 as the throw came in.
Yeah, so you're missing a trick here, Kimber. I think, yeah, bowling, obviously, he bowled 3 overs, have gone for 20 odd. He's just trying to get a bit defensive in this field, and this is not needed. You know, under 8 is key for this.
Kimber to Hurst, driven down the ground. Travascus comes up from the boundary below us to field. End of the 11th, 82 for 4. 11 overs gone, 9 to go. Hurst on 27, Bohannon on 6. And Lancashire may have gone out with a view as to what they think would be a good score. Might well get adjusted as the evening goes on. Maybe it's been adjusted already.
Yeah, I definitely think it has. I think, you know, without playing a game, you know, without seeing any cricket on it, you know, we said 160, or I said 160. 160 would be way too many on this sort of surface. You know, I think if Lancashire go over 150, 145, 50, they'll win.
Travascus to continue. Hurst, he's on strike. He hits off the back foot, back over the bowler's head, bouncing over the rope for 4 in front of the pavilion. Hurst to 31 now, 86 for 4.
And that sort of broke the shackles of year. Lancs for 65 for 2 after the power play, 6 overs, going to 10s, and the last 5 overs have gone to 4s, and they're 20 for 2. So that's just broke the shackles there. Travascus got to be a little bit brave with his bowling. Bowling sort of 1 day left arm spin. He can be a bit brave as the ball turning.
Travascus from around the wicket to Hurst to play through mid-off.
That's better, a bit more fly, a bit of guile there. The first over, he's bowling, you know, back of a length, you know, traditional sort of spin into T20 cricket. You know, not spinning, don't leave the stumps. But, you know, Hurst is comfortable with sort of standing and delivering on that. He could be braver, give it a bit of air, make it spin a little bit.
In the balls to Hurst, he's pushing forward. And there's no run.
Like that, yeah. Full out of length, he might spin a bit, he's, you know, make Bohannon do something. Kimber didn't do the last over, he's let him hit the ball.
Bohannon's on 6. Here's Travascus in and bowls, driven through mid-off for another single. Moves to 7, 88 for 4.
And a new role for sort of Bohannon in the middle order, isn't it? Coming down to the lower middle order. He's been at the top in his T20 career, hasn't he? Either opened or at 3. So a new role in the middle order for Bohannon this season.
88 for 4. Hurst back on strike, 32 not out. And Hurst trying to whip it away to the onside. There's no run. Yeah, I think situations like this, and similar on Sunday at Durham, actually, perfect for Bohannon, because there's a lot of power to come. Lancashire can absorb some time, keep the ball ticking over here, and then there's still plenty more to come in the tank. Likes of Green and Hartley and Aspinwall. Playing a miss from Hurst, or has he just nicked it behind? He's just nicked it behind. Travascus fancied it straight away. The keeper takes the catch, and the finger goes up, and Hurst departs for 32. Little snick behind off Liam Travascus, and Lancashire lose their 5th wicket. Ben Cox takes the catch. 12 overs gone, 88 for 5.
Yeah, good catch. Stood up. Better finish that over from Travascus, even though he dragged that down, and Hurst was disappointed not to cut that ball away. But it looked like he hit under edge in the end, potentially. No, just a toe of the bat. Great catch. Stood up to the stumps. He just missed out on a cut shot. Which is a shame, because he played the spin well since he's come in. And that brings Chris Green to the crease. But this is a period where it's tough to score, as you've seen with all spinners at play. Not easy just to hit boundaries, not easy just to tee the ball up. So, as I mentioned at the start, the power play is key. Look at Lancashire, if their power play was 40. Yeah, they're going to be 68 now, but their power play was 65, so they've added 23 runs in what will be 6 overs. So that's 4 and over in the middle period when the spin comes and it's gone back.
Tells a story, doesn't it? Tells a story that might see something similar in the Foxes.
Yeah, so Leicester's, they're going to have to go hard at the top and then obviously be better in the middle period.
Here's Riyad Ahmed in and bowls again. Bohannon going right back and whipping the ball away towards the leg side. Just for 1, moves on to 8, 89 for 5.
Really well fielded by Logan out there, swooping from deep mid-wicket, one-handed pickup, but he just because he got the ball so quick. I'm not going to pronounce his second name because Scott does it eloquently better than I do, so he can be in charge of that. I'll just call him Logan, which is his name.
Yeah, it's informal, it's T20, it's relaxed, it's casual.
Yeah, it is, yeah. Number 87 would be worse, wouldn't it?
Chris Green is the new batter. There's a slip in place. 89 for 5, we're in the 13th. Ahmed 2 for 6. And he's in and bowling to Green, reaching for it. Tall man Green, works the ball back down the pitch. Masood comes round from long on to field. Green moves on 2-1, so he's off the mark. And the score to 90 for 5. Josh Bohannon back on strike. Ahmed in and bowls to Bohannon, works off his pads through square leg for a single. As Walker comes up to field, 90 something for 5. 91 for 5. 3 singles off the over. Brings Green back on strike. Ahmed in, bowls again. Forward goes Green, reaching for it and working the ball through. Wide mid-on for a single. Doubles his total, moves to 2, 92 for 5. Bohannon back on strike, resting his bat on his right shoulder, peering to the leg side, sees 3 fielders on the leg side boundary, deep backward square leg, deep mid-wicket, long on. Ahmed in, bowls, run down towards short third. Green wanted a single, he was backing up a long way down and made Bohannon's mind up for him. Bohannon moves to 10, 93 for 5. 1 ball left of the 13th over.
Yeah, really, another really good over by Riyad Ahmed. Nice that he got a slip in place. I think they could have been potentially braver and brought a couple of fielders up.
Flat and a bit quicker. And Green works the ball away through the offside and through for a single and keeps the strike as well. So 13 overs gone. Riyad Ahmed at the minute is proving a very, very tricky customer to get away. 94 for 5, Green 3, Bohannon is on 10. Paul, a few thoughts from you, and then Kevin Howes will come and join.
Well, obviously, Riyad Ahmed is showing, there is a lot of spin in his surface, and the quality that he has. He's got incredible leg spin. It's because he's fast through the air and he can turn the ball both ways. He's had a couple of wickets, one spinning and beating and bowling. Was it with Jones before, but also the googly being real at play for him as well. So he's bowling really well, and the spinners are doing a good job here for Leicester. So Riyad Ahmed 3 overs, 2 for 11. Travascus a bit better, a bit brave with his last over, give you a bit more flight and guile. As Kevin Howes comes in to join me next to me in the commentary box.
Well, very interesting fact, you don't have any trouble with Travascus, but you're shying away from Van Beek.
I could call him Liam.
Yeah. Green's on 3. Drilled nicely for a single up towards the boundary, wide, long off.
Yeah, Van Beek. Yeah,
there's nothing. I mean,
it's just obviously just the pronunciation of it. But yeah, and when I look at it and the double E stares at me.
I know.
My brain tells me something else. But obviously that's my issue. So apologies to Logan.
Nah, none needed, I'm sure, behind them. On 10. Oh, no, he's gone. He's gone. He's been stumped. Good work from the keeper as well. And Travaskis has another wicket, and that is now 6 down here for Lancashire. Bohannon, the latest to go, he's been stumped for 10, 95 for 6 in the 14th over. You were talking about how well the spinners are doing. Another classic case there.
Yeah, well, that's what I was talking about. Obviously, he's been brave enough to try and toss the ball up. Travaskis there, isn't he? He's slowed it down, he's tossed it up a little bit, and it's just spun on Bohannon as he's gone to drive it. He stumped him. His first over was wild, 220 bowling left arm spin. Yeah, he didn't want to leave the stumps, he wanted to fire it in. This is proper left arm spin, so the wicket allows him to do that, so he's got to be brave. And now he can be even braver. Does he have to, can he have another man in the ring? Can they get a slip in? Can they do something? Lancashire 95 for 6, Leicester got to try and be a bit braver with their fielding and take a chance now. Harley's just walked to the crease. What have Lancashire got left after this? Aspinall, Charlie Barnard and James Anderson. Yeah, they're into a tail here. Leicester got to be brave. Does he need long off out to Hartley first ball? I'm not convinced. But it is rare in T20 cricket to use here before a field brought up, but sometimes the wicket allows it.
Bohannon Stumpcox bowled Travaskis 10 runs off 12 balls. A couple of dots in there. That ends as well, but Lancashire looking for much more at the moment in this 14th over. Lights are on. Wednesday night T20 cricket, 2 games in the North Group with the men's blast tonight. We'll give you the score from the other game in a moment. The other one is worked away from the first ball as faced by Tom Hartley back in the team. It's worked out onto the leg side for 1 run. The other match being played in Derby, and that's pretty eventful at the start as well. This is the visit of Northamptonshire Steelbacks, with the Steelbacks 26 for 3 with 1 ball left of the 5th over there. That one started at 7, this one a 6:30 start here in Manchester. Travaskis around the wicket and forward to that one, defensively Green. So your batters coming out there, what's on their mind at the moment? I'm looking at that 6 down column, but they've also, of course, only got this 6.2 overs remaining, so a word from you on that in a moment, if I may. This one again is worked for a dot ball, another dot ball onto the leg side.
It's better bowling, it's slower pitched up. See, Green's an experienced cricketer. He's understanding that he can absorb a little bit of pressure. He's got 6 overs left after this. There's 37 balls left in this game. If they go run the ball, Lancashire, they'll be under 130 odd, 135, which won't be what they want, but they can have a little dip at the end, can't they?
Green is currently on 4 not out, and gets the leading edge low down, out for stop from the bowler Travaskis. And we get 1 good quick alert running to go and gather that up as well. So that's now 97 for 6 after 14 overs here, Lancashire Lightning. We know the championship has not gone well, but we know that that's not been forgotten by any stretch of the imagination, but we know that there's a whole new feeling.
Okay, A-Stand, it's your turn. Make some noise if you want a T-shirt. Here we go. What are you guys over there? Right at the back there. Who wants one over there? There we go. We got a few more. Fun for you guys over there. One over there. One there. Last one. Who wants it? Make some noise. Up to the back there. A bit of style in there now.
Almost got an aggressive look about it, the way that I don't think his fielders were responding as he wanted to as quickly. And they're swapping over out there.
No, I thought you were talking about his facial hair. Is it a goatee?
I haven't seen that side of him yet. Walker hitting them bowls. There's enough space for a single out to the cover boundary. Let me see if he's going to. Well, it's okay, isn't it?
I didn't say it was nothing
no,
wrong
you
with
weren't,
it.
you
I
weren't
was just saying, you were saying about it being aggressive. Obviously, the guy.
You think he looks a bit angry with the beard?
Yeah, I don't say he looks angry. He looks like he looks like if he'd parked the Harley up to get to the ground, you wouldn't be surprised for me.
That's right. Yeah.
So maybe he does own a Harley Davidson.
In a good cricketing, positive way. Perhaps he's got. Now like big broad grin. That's a bit of a giveaway.
Yeah.
It's not as menacing now. 15th over, 98 for 6, and he's going to bowl to Hartley. Is Walker on the leg side, just clipped away very fine. That's going to run away, race away for 4 runs. So 4 much needed runs for Lancashire. 102 for 6 in the 15th over. And the tall figure of Hartley moves on to 5.
Yeah, it's nice to play with him. You can see what Walker's trying to do. He's trying to run any ball sort of fast, sort of off spin, rolling his fingers over the ball, because clearly the circus is taking spin. You know, it's do that. And this is, you know, where the difference, what you're seeing here is, in what have we got? Leicester have got 3 options for spin. Lancashire going to have 4, so they're going to have 16 overs of spin, whereas Leicester are only going to get 12.
He comes in the bowls again, Walker. This is in the air. There's somebody out. I think it's going to fall short. It is by some yards in the end. Just a little bit of interest, I think, maybe for 1 or 2 moments. Hasham Masood coming in off the boundary there, but falls well short. And they'll get a single and score to 103 for 6 midway through the 15th over.
And when you look back, you probably look back, you know, if Lancashire do, I'm going to win this game, you'll see what the seam bowlers have gone at, and you'll see what the spinners have gone at, and you sort of work out the huge disparity in it. And Leicester just look a spin light at the moment, don't they?
And Walker bowls again, full. Yorker length, good ball from Walker. Outstretched long arm, that right arm to gather that ball back in. Oh, that's got a good menace look about it. That's more like it. And he sort of pulls the nose up a little bit. I tell you, of all the names, this is the one that, if you know, if I'd walk away with that. Roman Walker. What a great name, Roman. Hmm?
Yeah, it's great. It is a really good name. It is a really good name.
And one we can pronounce easily as well, which is also.
There's only one that I've decided that
I know. Green's on 6, and Walker's going to bowl to him now. Inner bowls, and maybe a little slower. Full and length and a single. They're looking, trying to work hard for those ones to see if there is 2, but Hasham Masood's very quick over the ground there from the boundary. And therefore just 1 more, 104 for 6.
Interesting to see what they do with the overs left and how they map it out. Riyam Ahmed's got 1, is it? Travaskis maybe 1 left. Obviously you can see in the distance Logan Van Beek warming up.
Just run through that bowling at the end. This is Walker's first over. We'll run through all the other bowling very quickly at the end of it. There's Walker bowls, and that's driven through deep extra cover. Gathers up some speed, I think. Maybe they gather up a bit of speed over one of the pitches out there, the practice strips. But anyway, it's the end of the over. The single came from 106 for 6. Green on 7, Hartley on 8. And that bowling, Paul's going to be moving up now, and Rumble's coming in here. But Salisbury, I almost called him Ian. Matt Salisbury, 2 overs, no maidens, 1 for 24. Lewis Kimber, 4 overs, he's bowled out, 1 for 31. Van Beek, 2 overs, no wicket for 17. Ahmed's got 1 over remaining, as Paul said, 3 overs, no maidens, 2 for 11. And Travaskis has 1 over remaining, has 3 overs, 2 for 14. David Lloyd Rumble is alongside. How do you see it at 15 overs, David?
140. Can they scrape to 140?
They're giving them what chance at 140?
It's tough, because with 4 wickets left, that's the big problem. These 2 have got a reputation as being able to hit.
So Travaskis looks as if he's trying to warm the hands up there. It is a cool wind.
We've
both observed it's a chilly wind blowing across Manchester tonight. He bowls to Green, full in length. Good dive. He throws himself about a bit off his own bowling, and he stopped that one from racing away. So Green remains on 7, 106 for 6.
They're not finding the boundary. Running 1s and 2s, yes, but they need boundaries.
This is Travaskis' final over. Mentioned before, 2 wickets, now for 14 runs. Fires that one in, and Green does find enough space wide to the right of extra cover to go through for 1, but it is only 1. And he moves to 8. And Lancashire to 107 for 6 now in the 16th over. It has been such a great start for Lancashire. It's so difficult to try and keep that going. It was so close as well. Could have gone either way, I guess you could say, and rightly so on Sunday there at Durham. But we've seen them very imposing, very authoritative in their batting, and of course that hasn't worked out tonight. Conditions a little bit different. Up against the spin here, it's Hartley, of course, himself a spinner, but with bat in hand now. Comes down the pitch. This is in the air. This could carry all the way to the fielder. Oh! Now, did that fall short out of Van Beek, or did it come out of his hand and then go? I think he got to it. We'll take a look again on the replay. Either way, it's not out. Oh, fingertips right on the ground.
He's right by his ankles, and I think it bounces up and hits him in the mouth.
Yeah.
Did he get one or two? It's just a single, isn't it?
I think it's a single. It's Hartley, isn't it, who's moved on to 9. Green's on 8. And that one is just worked behind the square on the offside. They played this little no run. They play this piece of music, which is great. When a catch is dropped and all that sort of stuff, I feel sometimes a bit harsh on some of the fielders. Van Beek.
Well, that would have been a great catch. It would have been.
Unbelievable. Green is on 8. 108 for 6. 2 balls left to the 16th over. 2 balls left to this Travaskis over as well. And Green just holds up play. He's faced 13 balls for his 8. Lead. Try and get going a bit more at the moment. Well, he's going to have to settle a bit of a leading edge, really, but gets enough on it to push it up towards Van Beek again, but all along the ground. Takes a look at that toe end of the bat. 109 for 6. 1 ball left of the 16th over. A bit of blood there for Van Beek.
Yeah, there is for Van Beek. I think it bounced up and hit him in the mouth. It certainly got a finger end and saw them. Who's got the best spinners in this game? That's what it's all about. Who's got the best spinners?
Travaskis around the wicket in bowls, and well, he tries to ramp that one away and it doesn't do so. It's the end of that over, and Travaskis has bowled really well. His 4 overs, which have all disappeared all far too quickly, but I think if I can just update, say he's got his 2 wickets, and it's 2 for 17 from his 4 overs. Terrific work from Travaskis.
It's excellent, and they've worked it out as well of Leicester Foxes that you need spinners. Got the physio on, just tended to this fingernail of Van Beek.
He's got 2 overs left to bowl as well. If you easily got Rehan Ahmed, a bit of a hold up in play here at the moment. So spin is the order of the day, but you've got that man still with that X factor. Young lad by the name of Anderson, great future ahead of him. What a terrific return on Sunday to pick up those 3 wickets.
I think they've done brilliantly to get him into the side and see what he can do.
Well, you've got to give... The thing is, I applaud any team that will give youth opportunity.
Well, he hasn't played since 2014, so he must be fresh.
Rehan Ahmed bowls, goes back, worked away, does Green on the onside for a single. And the score moves to 110 for 6. Good for the game, though. Lots of interest in Jimmy playing again. Played a championship game and then rested from the next one, but back for... Didn't play the first 2 T20s, but then has played matches 3 and now 4 of this competition. Ahmed around the wicket, in bowls, again leaning back, tries to get down to cut it off. He can't do so, but there's a man down here who can. Shah Masood, so a single again, just the singles, David, just the singles.
And he's bowling lots of googles. He's coming out of the back of his hand. He gets a finger end on that. And it's his bowling hand.
And he tries to ignore it. Brings it out as best he can. So on he goes. And he's going to bowl to Green. Green is on 10. Again, leaning into it, works it away onto the onside. They'll again try to think of 2. They are coming back for 2. Could be close. The throw's not good. And therefore, that 2 is more comfortable than maybe it ought to be. But they've got to really push hard for those 2s in the situation they're in. 113 for 6 midway through the 17th over.
It's a real scramble, is this, in these last few overs. And you've got to turn these ones into 2s. Put fielders under pressure every time.
Well, Ahmed again in bowls. He spins away a little there from Green. He will get enough bat on that, but only for 1. Goes 2/3 of the way out there to that boundary on our left-hand side as the cover boundary. And the score to 114 for 6.
He'll bowl a googly again at Tom Hartley. Tom Hartley, left-handed batter. If he bowls a leg spinner from around the wicket, he'll hit him with the spin.
Let's have a look at this. Goes to reverse it. Plays it nicely, actually, but for no run. Got down, really timed it beautifully, but got nothing for it. Good stop, but straight to the field, but still had to get down quickly for it.
It's a terrific shot, straight to the fielder. Metre either side, 4.
Last ball of this over. Bowled him. That one wasn't so good. Swung across, and that's got him. Bails are off. Hartley's gone for 10. 7 down. Another wicket for Rehan Ahmed, giving him 3 for the night. And it's 114 for 7. in this 17th over. Hartley departs, and a wicket to finish off that spell from Jan Ahmed tonight. So it's 4 overs, giving him 3 for 16. 114 for 7 then. That now after 17 overs. Another spinner to say what a terrific night for them. David, more from you, and then Scott will come and join.
Sure, this is a googly. It is. And Tom Hartley looking to hit with the spin, leg spin, over deep mid-wicket. It's a googly, and it just hits a top again. It's splendid bowling. It really is super bowling from Rian Ahmed. Google again. It's the top of off stump. These are big wickets. Just getting a picture on Lancs TV of the best seats in the house. Those lovely leather sofas. And they're cuddled up. They're all huddled up in there.
That's lovely.
Medical team are in there as well. There's a snooze in there, I think. Right, 114 for 7. 3 overs. Can they get to 140?
Van Beek to return from the James Anderson end. Chris Green is the man on strike. 13 not out. Tom Aspinwall, the new batter, at the non-striker's end. 3 overs left. Here's Logan Van Beek for the Leicestershire Foxes in balls to Green. Drives that firmly along the ground towards long off where Walker fields. 1 run, 115 for 7.
Well, they're back deep, don't they? Aspinwall coming in at 9. Barnard and Anderson still to come. Jimmy Anderson, you get his reverse sweep out. This is perfect for Jimmy Anderson if there's any spinners left to bowl.
115 for 7. Aspinwall on strike. There's Van Beek muscling his way back in again over the wicket. Balls to Aspinwall, drives it, 1 bounce over the bowler's head, scampers through for 1. Gets off the mark straight away as well.
That just shows you how hard these pitches are. Aspinwall on the front foot drives it straight into the ground, and it bounces on the pitch over the bowler's head.
Only come for 19, Van Beek so far, into his 3rd. Bounce to Green. And just a single down the ground. Walker comes up from the boundary. Green moves to 15. Score to 117 for 7.
A lot of effort from Chris Green for his 15 runs. 19 deliveries, 15 runs.
Aspinwall waits as Van Beek. He's in and bowling, it's wide, it's chopped away through the offside, there's a gap through cover. Travaskis comes up from the boundary to field. Aspinwall doubles his total, moves to 2, 118 for 7 now.
I don't think the quicker bowlers have bowled many slower deliveries. They've just banged away on a line and a length. Just a reminder, it's been played on 4 times as this pitch.
Green waits, short, and muscle down towards long on. Kimber comes up to field.
He's played a lot of shots for 16, hasn't he? Chris Green, and he scampered away, turning 1s into 2s when he can, but he's been out there 20 deliveries. Hasn't found the boundary. Just going to the end of the 18th.
Yes, this is the final delivery of it. Van Beek to Aspinwall, in and bowls. Oh, it's gone past the keeper. It's gone down towards the boundary and over the rope for 4. Off a thin bottom edge from Tom Aspinwall, who moves to 6, 123 for 7.
Oh, they all count. You know, this is a bonus for all club and league cricketers. You know the one. Pulling away to the leg side, you get an under edge and it flashes past the keeper. There's nobody stopping that. There's some hardy souls in the crowd. It's a chilly day. I haven't been out there today. I brought my jacket as well, the quilted jacket. And you wanting all the windows open, put a stop to that. Shut them windows.
Yeah, it didn't go down well, that did it? I thought get a bit of fresh air in, get a bit of atmosphere into the commentary box.
It's like a fridge.
Windows bolt shut now. 123 for 7, 2 overs to go. Green's on strike. Green pulls, it's in the air, it'll land safely. Up towards deep back with square leg, he'll turn and come hurrying back for a second. Takes his total to 18 not out, 125 for 7.
That's a slower ball. It's just one of these slow bounces that they bowl. He might have come out of the back of his hand, but he's definitely into the pitch and slow. That's another 2 to Chris Green.
Yeah, he's 18 from 21, Chris Green. Takes a breath of air and waits for Salisbury, who sets off again from the Brian Statham end in a little bit of watery sunshine. Balls to Green, it's short and he's beaten by that. Can pace off from Salisbury and through to the keeper.
It's that same short ball. It's bouncer, they use it now, it's a slow bouncer. And Chris Green thinks it's much quicker and he's through the shot. He's finished the shot before the ball's arrived.
It's good stuff by Salisbury, he's bowled nicely tonight as well. 1 for 26 in his third over. 125 for 7, Lancashire Lightning. Green waiting, knees bent, back raised, and swats it out towards the leg side. In the air and caught. Or dropped. No, maybe just didn't quite carry him. Masood coming round to get to it. He got fingers on him, but maybe just bounced a fraction in front of Shah Masood. Green comes back for 2.
No, he says he's grounded it, Shah Masood. Out to that deep mid-wicket, hits it flat, and it bounces just in front of him.
Almost in there, Shah Masood, almost. 127 for 7, Salisbury bowls again to Green, goes high, again it's a mile in the air, and it's a mile over the rope, or is it just in? Oh, it's a great effort.
Oh dear.
Right on the boundary rope by Van Beek. He saved 6. He would have taken a sensational catch, but it's a great piece of fielding.
Well, that's spectacular. It's at deep mid-wicket, cow corner, call it what you like. He thinks he's out, Green, but the wind makes it travel. Van Beek jumps up on almost on the boundary rope and throws it back in and tumbles over the rope.
Green thought he was a gunner straight away. 129 for 7, Salisbury in, balls again, it's full this time. Dug out by Green, hits it down the ground, slight fumble down below us. They come back for 2, they're always going to come back for 2 anyway. And they're running hard here, Lancashire Lightning, to try and scramble together a score. 131 for 7.
7 deliveries to go. He should get to the 140. 140 is a real, just a working total. You're saying the dressing room, right, we've got them on the board, we've got 4 spinners, it's a warm pitch. Just a bonus over here. 7 deliveries, if they can just muscle a couple of boundaries.
Green's on 24 from 25. He's going for a boundary.
Yes.
Green always got it.
Oh, yes.
And then some. 6 for Green, 6 rows back.
Well, that's a bonus delivery, isn't it? It ends the 19th over, and he stood and waited for it. It's a short ball, and Green stood still and hit it with the breeze. It's gone about 8 rows back and then bounced back into the field, and he knows as soon as he hits that, that's 6. Can they get to 150?
Great contrast and emotions from Chris Green. The last time he went hitting out towards that leg side boundary, his chin went into his chest, he thought he was gone. On that occasion he knew straight away. And that was going for 6, so he moves to 30 from 26 now. 137 for 7. What can they scramble to here, Lancashire Lightning?
Yeah, 6 deliveries. Tom Aspinwall on strike.
Be Logan Van Beek to send down the final over. Aspinwall across his stumps, looking to try and scoop it. Through to the keeper it goes.
Good for the Foxes, dot ball. Is he a hitter? Can he hit, Aspinwall? Does it look there as if he was just trying to get Chris Green back down to the business end?
He waits for Van Beek. It's in and bowling, it's full and it's wide, and again he tries to get through for one. Green backing up, but they can't find a single. 2 dot balls to start the final over. This should be hugely pleasing for the Foxes and frustrating for Lancashire Lightning.
Brilliant from the Foxes, and Van Beek with a slower full delivery, very, very full Yorker length wide of off stump. Starts with 2 dot balls, 137 for 7.
Tap of the bat from Tom Aspinwall. Waits for Logan Van Beek, in and bowls, and swats that away. Actually ricochets, I think, off his pad out towards the offside. Budinger comes up from backward point to field. Scamper through for a single, which gets Green back on strike, which is really what Aspinwall was trying to do the previous 2 deliveries.
But from the Foxes, this is excellent from Van Beek. Dot ball, single. You're almost trying, as a batter now, Chris Green's got to try and outthink him. He'll bowl a slower ball, he's tended to bowl his slower ball very full and wide.
Van Beek for the Foxes, in and bowls to Green. Goes for a big hit, up and over backward point, down towards the boundary. Travascus trying to cut it off, brilliant. Fantastic work by Travascus. Green has come back for 2. That's fabulous fielding to save 2 runs through side. 140 for 7.
Excellent from Travascus. Really acrobatic. He saves a couple. Green keeps on strike. How many? 2 deliveries to go. 140. They've got to the 140. Need a boundary.
3 off the over so far. Can they find a boundary? In and balls, that'll be wide.
Ball that again.
Just about landed on the cut strip.
We got 2 Yorkshire umpires, haven't we? We got Simon Widdop, Richard Kettleborough. What's going on?
Where's Steve O'Shaughnessy? He was in the first game.
He was in the first game, the women's game.
141 for 7. Green on 32. Here's Van Beek having to bowl it again. So still 2 balls left. Muscled away by Green. They've turned down the run. So Aspinwall was halfway down. Green said, go back. I'll face the last.
I'll take it. Take the run. Well, he said no. He's nearly run 2 there, Aspinwall. Last ball then. No, he has to hit a boundary now after doing that.
Yeah. Here we go. Green waits, final ball of the innings, in and bowls. Green reaches for it, slaps it down the ground towards long, off, and he's put down. And they'll come back for 2. And they're going to try and run a 3rd. And they will run a 3rd.
Run 4.
Right, run 4.
Keep going. Oh. Where's Benny Hills? They've run 4.
He went for a boundary. It was always 2, then there was 3, and then there was 4. Oh, bonkers end to the game. They've run 4 to finish the innings on 145 for 7. Crazy end to it. We're going to hear from Chris Green now, speaking to Fraser Dainton.
Chris, congratulations. Great innings at the end. There's some valuable runs.
Yeah, I felt like I had to run. Far too many of them, but look, it was a tough wicket. I thought credit to Leicester's bowlers, particularly spinners. It was tough work through that middle phase. We got off to a good start, so it's just about trying to get us up to a respectable total and doing the job now with the ball.
Our hearts were in our mouths on that last ball there. What was going on?
I think that's definitely the first 4 I've run in T20 cricket, but it was good fun. Look, we just sort of spoke about trying to get as many as we can in those last 3 overs at pace, and I'm pretty happy with how it ended up.
Like you said, spin was a key part of their innings. You must have been licking your lips though, thinking I can fill my boots here.
Yeah, no pressure now, but no, look, I love bowling here. There's no secret the conditions, particularly on this wicket, how it's playing today, suit us, and with Tommy Hartley coming in with 4 spinners today, it's just about starting well and putting pressure on their batters.
Well done, Chris. Thanks very much indeed for speaking to us. Chris Green there. Brilliant innings from him right at the edge. Shawsy, come in and join me, because that was a pretty wild innings in many respects, a flurry of runs at the end there. Is that going to be enough, do you think, on this wicket?
Yeah, look, I think Lancashire are going to have to bowl well and feel really well, but I think it's enough, yeah. I think it's very competitive total. it's a tough pitch to bat on and score freely. So with the spinners that Lancashire have got in the side, the seamers, and a really good fielding performance, I think they hopefully will have enough.
It was really hard work for anybody to get runs out there, which is a credit to the way Leicestershire fielded, wasn't it?
Absolutely, I thought they fielded brilliantly. Some of the boundary fielding was fantastic. Some of the stops in the infield and now the reduced number of 2s to 1s, I think absolutely fantastic. And I think the 2 spinners bowled fantastically well in terms of Hamid 3 for 16 and Transvasquez 2 for 17, bowled brilliantly. So that's got him into the game, but then that flurry of runs towards the end from Chris Green has got, I think, Lancashire lightning just ahead of the game.
Rayan Ahmed, some absolutely terrific deliveries. Some of the ones that he was bowling around corners at times, wasn't he?
Yeah, and I think it's a difficult pitch to play spin on, but also the fact the Lancashire batters found it really difficult to spot the googly, and he got a couple of wickets without googly. So it's one thing also spotting it, but then playing it is another thing, and I think they really struggled to pick that one out.
We're hoping, as you say, that the spin attack that Lancashire have got will pay dividends on this pitch, but it's going to have to be a very, very tight unit altogether in terms of fielding as well, isn't it?
Absolutely. In the field, they're going to have to be absolutely superb in the field, stopping everything, diving, taking every opportunity. From a bowling perspective, seamer's got to bowl well, spin it to win it.
Let's see what happens. We can't wait. I have a feeling this is going to be a real nail biter. Don't miss it. Emirates first ball flyer coming up as well. Run chase is coming soon.
Two names rich in history. Barton's, our family-run business with over 100 years of experience in drinks distribution, and Lancashire Cricket, a club drenched in tradition, heritage and globally recognised moments. Since 1917, Barton's has been supplying the finest wines, soft drinks and premium beverages across the UK, partnering with world-class brands to bring unforgettable experiences to every occasion. Now, we're excited to announce we will be bringing that same passion to cricket fans at Emirates Old Trafford. As the official wine, spirits and soft drinks partner of Lancashire Cricket, we're elevating matchday experiences, hospitality and celebrations across the next 3 years. From the first ball to the final cheers, Barton's is here to make every moment one to savour. Keep an eye out for some familiar brands such as Guinness, Celavino, VK Hooch and Britvic. Barton's and Lancashire Cricket, partnership built on passion, unforgettable moments and history.
L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. V is very, very extraordinary.
Welcome to the opening day. Oh, that is a wonderful shot.
This is a call for hungry dreamers and hard-working self-believers. Success is down to more than just luck and talent. It's striving to be the best, breaking the boundaries and never giving up. Are you ready to become your best self? Are you ready to unlock your greatness? So what are you waiting for? This is Education Evolved. This is UA 92.
When I was a kid, there was no professional women's cricket. I didn't even think that women could be professional sports people.
Especially early on, it just didn't really seem like there was a career in it.
To support myself around cricket, I had to work at the petrol garage.
I was the only girl, so I stood out.
example. I'd love for young girls to be able to dream about being an athlete and it to be achievable.
Thanks to the Hilton funding my contract, it's allowed me to play the game that I love all day, every day.
We're like an engine and we need to be fueled with the right gas.
Without funding, we can't be visible. You can't be what you can't see.
As a team, it feels like we're breaking boundaries.
Thunder and Lancashire always want to put women's cricket at the forefront, and now I think that's really shining through.
It's mad to think that without the Hilton funding, like we wouldn't be playing cricket every day, training.
Well, we could be, but we wouldn't have any money.
We wouldn't, yeah, true.
"1864. We were first class then, and we're first class now. With a dream to spread cricket through Lancashire's towns, where girls and boys, with willow and leather, become more than a badge, but the red rose together."
A club where more than legends are made, but friendships, obsessions, moments replayed on our screens, in our minds, in our hearts forever. 'Cause it's who we are, our DNA, the red rose together.
Statham, Briggs, Jimmy, Freddie and Joss, Chappie, Sir Clive Lloyd, Carol Hodges, Kate Cross. What a roll call. It's a hard one to measure, with future names still to be written on the red rose together.
We're all about people. It's what the red rose really means. Yeah, the ones signing autographs, but the ones behind the scenes.
Our community, grassroots, the ones that feel tethered. Whether you're from here or belong here, we're the red rose together.
And what about this place? Talk about world-class venues, internationals, gigs, events. You can choose from a menu of triumph, of disaster, of pain, or pleasure.
We've seen it all at Emirates Old Trafford, with the red rose together.
Red ball, white ball, lightning and thunder.
Have you ever sat back? Have you ever just wondered how far we've come? The storms we've weathered, or how far we'll go as the red rose together.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to the pitch our umpires for this evening, Richard Kettleborough and Simon Widdop. And please welcome the opening batters for today's visitors, the Leicestershire Foxes. And Emirates Old Trafford, please welcome back to the pitch your very own Lancashire Lightning! Okay, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for the Emirates first ball flyer? If the first Lancashire bowler takes a wicket with the first ball, somebody here will be on their way to Dubai, thanks to our principal sponsor, Emirates. It is going to be a first ball from Sir Jimmy Anderson. Give him some encouragement, ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready for the first ball flyer?
Yeah, maybe we'll be picked out. That'd be great.
Fingers crossed. Yeah.
Obviously, if they do go up, cool, do look at the box. Obviously, you and I think, should take it. Bumble. He's probably been to Dubai enough, to be fair.
Here we go then. James Anderson to get us underway. A wicket with this ball, and someone's off to Dubai on a holiday. But we're seeing Sir James Anderson in a T20 Blast fixture here at Emirates Old Trafford for the first time in 11 years. Here's Anderson from the Statham end into Patel. Bowls a full ball, driven away, stopped at short cover by Ashton Turner, and the Leicestershire Foxes are up and running.
It was a good delivery for a first ball fly. Pitched up from Anderson. A little bit of shape of wave we've traditionally seen for the last 20 odd years, or however long has been presenting to see him here at Emirates Old Trafford. It was a beautiful delivery. He gave it he pitched up and just tailed a little bit on Patel. He waited nicely. But yeah, a little bit of shape for Anderson. Yeah, if anyone is going to shape a new white cricket ball, it will be this man. So a little bit to start. There's no slips in place, but yeah, with a little bit of movement, hopefully he can take a wicket or two front here.
Here's Budinger on strike. Anderson in and bowls. And work back towards him by Budinger. It's a bit of pace from Jimmy Anderson. He bowled beautifully on Sunday. Bowled a really good length, good pace. Ran in 4 overs. Actually, the balls that weren't wicket-taking balls were probably his better balls. His 3 wickets were off top edges. But it was just brilliant. Brilliant opening spell. Fantastic to see him bowl. And he's playing back-to-back T20 games. 1 without loss. Budinger's on strike. Anderson over the wicket, bowls, defends it back down the pitch, just beyond Anderson's fingertips. I think Chris Green has come hurtling in to try and run Budinger out. I hope he's okay. He fell a little heavy.
Yeah, he sort of slid awkwardly and then tried to throw the stumps down while on the floor. I'm sure he's okay.
We hope we might be able to see a replay of that final ball of the Leicestershire over, maybe at the end of the over, perhaps. Well, we consider have a look at this again. This is Green getting himself all tangled up to try and run Budinger out. But it'd be great to see that final ball of Leicestershire's innings, where they ran 4. I mean, it was just absolute chaos. Here comes Anderson in, bowls, nips back in towards Patel, and that's deflected back down the pitch. And there's no run. Slotted nicely, hasn't he, Jimmy?
Yeah, well, he knows what he's doing, doesn't he? So he's Glenn knows a little bit of swing. He swung the first one away at Patel. He's just ran the ball back at him there and held his length. He can hold his length. He has done, as I said, for 20 years. What made him such an incredible fast bowler. So he knows what he's doing. He's different changes of pace and angle and running in, trying to take wickets. It's not that easy just to get on top of him. So he knows exactly what he's doing. The first ball ran away. And he's held his length for 3 deliveries here now, hasn't he?
Superb start, 2 without loss. Patel on 1. Here comes Anderson over the wicket, bowls a little bit full this time, driven away through the covers. That'll race away for 4. Turner's at short extra, put a tumbling dive in to try and stop it. 4 for Patel and for the Foxes, 6 without loss.
Lovely shot from Patel. They've just eased into a cover drive there. And Patel has done really, really good last couple of years for Leicester. It's been a great addition. He's got a lot of runs for them, hasn't he? Just a slightly over pitch. Didn't give him every chance. He's obviously trying to take wickets. It was a beautiful cricket shot.
6 without loss. Final ball of the over. Anderson over the wicket, in and bowls. Dropped into the offside by Patel. And through for a single. He moves on to 6, 7 without loss. So the target is 146 because they managed to get 4 off the final ball of the Leicestershire Foxes innings. It was hit down the ground by Green, up towards long off. He's thinking for a second he might be caught. He comes back and adds a bonus 2. Then you think, actually, maybe we can run 3. And there's all sorts of chaos as they come back and run a 4th. It was a brilliant end to the innings as they ran 4 to push the score up to 145.
Brilliant end if you were Chris Green. You should have been caught and you got 4 through. It wasn't brilliant for Leicester, and I'm sure not for their coaching staff. It was quite poor cricket from them. No one was brave enough to hold the ball. Like, the ball would have died if you just, it needed to get it in clearly, but throw was awful. The throw was in disgust at dropping a catch. It was wild.
You're making it sound even better.
It was just crap cricket. They were just crap. I don't know. He's saying, you should have been caught mid-off. It went all run 4. It's unheard of.
It's hilarious. 7 without loss, 1 over gone. Green then with the ball in and balls to Patel, looking to sweep it. Down the leg side, taken by Hurst, so a wide signal by the umpire.
Off spin for Green. He's got a long on out mid-wicket, which is on the edge of the disc, and a deep forward square leg. Sort of trying to do both on the offside. He's trying it on the leg side there, and a 45. Only 4.
Green to Patel, swept across his front pad out towards the backward square leg boundary. Patel moves on to 7, 9 without loss.
Yeah, it's good batting for Patel. Obviously, Green knows he's going to try and do that, but with only 4 on the leg side, the sweep is on for Patel. Left-hander now, obviously, but then going on strike. Left-hand, right-hand opening partnership for Leicester. But it's this power play where they need to make it into this total if they're going to get anywhere near this 145.
Yeah, we're building it up as being kind of, it's either do it in the power play or they're not going to do it at all. 9 without loss in the second. Green in, balls driven through mid-off, this time by Budinger. Down to Bohannon on the long-off boundary. 10 without loss.
Well, there needs to be some way in the minute need to make a dint at some region. If they
what's a good dent for them, do you reckon?
They need to be 45 plus.
Right. Okay.
They need to be under 100 with 14 overs remaining.
There's Green. Swept again. Attempt. And LBW is gone. The attempt from Patel to sweep it. Up went Green. He fancied it straight away. Simon Widdop agrees as well. The finger raised. And the Foxes lose their first wicket in the second over. Green strikes 10 for 1.
It's brave bowling from Green, and he knows exactly what he's trying to do. He's trying to, he knows Patel's going to try and sweep, so he's almost by a little bit of a way swing. Patel's unhappy slightly with the decision. He gets right across. Let's watch a replay. He's right all over his stumps. Yeah, and he's right. It is out. He's going to hit middle and off. He's got to make a decision if he's going to play that. He's got to hit it. Otherwise, he's out.
Celebrations for Lancashire Lightning. Chris Green into the attack early on. He has bowled quite a bit in the power play in the previous 3 games for Lancashire Lightning. And he's in the power play again here tonight. Louis Kimber is the new batter for the Foxes. Their captain to join Sol Budinger. There's some power from both of these two. If they can get in and get going. 10 for 1. Here comes Green in and balls to Kimber. Reverse sweep attempted. Ball snakes past the bat and through to Hurst.
Big shot first ball. Kimber, there's the reverse sweep. He's got 4 on the leg side, Green, bowling off spin. So, to get going, you've got plenty of space on the leg side. Just to get your innings moving.
Comes bouncing in, balls again. Another LBW shout. He likes it again, does Green. He's down on both of his knees. Pleading towards the umpire who says not out this time.
Yeah, it's turned a lot, that missing leg.
10 for 1. 1 ball left for the second. Kimber Naught on strike as Green comes in to complete his first over. A little bit of width there. Punched away into the offside by Hartley. Feel that inside the circle. Good stuff from Green. 2 overs gone. Found a breakthrough, Lancashire Lightning. Rishi Patel, the man out. LBW for 7. Budinger and Kimber together now for the Foxes. They're 10 for 1, chasing 146 to win.
It's a really good start from Green. He knows exactly what he's doing, but it's almost, the wicket is almost made for him. You know, there's spin, there's bounce. You know, he's got a brand new ball which will grip for him. So he's got plenty of armour, anything in his armoury here to do really, really well for Lancashire. And runs on the board. You can see how the spin is taking it's going to be a real challenge for obviously to Leicester. I mean, 16 overs of it. You know, it's going to be a real challenge for them. And Anderson's going to come in with his second over.
Bowl 3 on the spin in the power play on Sunday at Durham. Bowls a second one here, flicked away off the pads by Budinger through square leg for a single. 11 for 1. Budinger on 3. There's a suggestion we might get a bit of rain later on. I don't know whether it's going to be arriving in that might endanger the game or whether it be arriving too late for that, but we'll keep an eye on the weather radar. There's a bit of rain heading in across North Wales at the minute, heading in our direction, but when he's due to arrive, I'm not so sure. Anderson to Kimber off the back foot, played out toward deep backward point for a single.
Yeah, I think the game will be over by the time the rain arrives. Lancashire will have won by then.
Lovely.
And the game will be all in our cars and on our way home.
Thank you very much, Michael Fish.
There you go, no problem. You do a shipping forecast soon?
I'd love that, yeah. Burst into a shipping forecast for us. Fisher, German bite. 12.
Bumble might be able to give you a better one than I could.
Anderson over the wicket, balls again. Played off the back foot by Budinger, just pushed into the offside. And there's no run. Michael Jones is lurking around at short extra cover. It's a 12 for 1. Sir James Anderson in his second T20 fixture for Lancashire Lightning. Finals day 2014. It was his last T20 game prior to Sunday at Durham. And he's on the prowl for his first wicket of the evening. He's in and bowling once more. In the air, out towards the leg side. Does it clear the man? Caught. Bohannon takes a catch. Anderson gets his first back at Emirates Old Trafford in T20 Blast colours for Lancashire Lightning. 12 for 2 in the third.
Well, he was on for Budinger. This is where he likes to go. Likes to go over that short fine. He just got too square and he got held up into the breeze, didn't it? It sort of looked at one stage it was going to go for 6. And it's into a bit of a breeze. It was obviously bringing in the rain in an hour's time, and it just sat up nicely. And in the end, Bohannon had to come forward and take a simple catch at deep backward square leg. So it wasn't necessarily the end to go. But Leicester obviously 12 for 2, 2.4 overs. Yeah, as we discussed, there's never going to be an easy chase, but their start was key. And especially against the team, then obviously, 12 for 2, it is an uphill battle from here.
Shah Massoud to join Louis Kimber. Uphill battle in what has been a tricky pitch to score on. Lancashire having to scrap hard for every run they could find. There's spinners around every corner in this Lancashire side, and they'll all be coming into the game at some point in the not too distant future. Massoud then 12 for 2 in the third. Leicestershire Foxes chasing 146 to win. Here's James Anderson over the wicket. Bowls, it's fallen just outside off stump and driven beautifully away into the offside. Good stop by Green. And throws in towards the keeper. Got underneath the body of Jones at extra cover, but Green was there to help out.
Yeah, really nice bit of fielding from Green. Full length dive, stop there. Lovely start from Shah Massoud, who's a really, really classy player coming in the middle order for Leicestershire at number 4. And it continues their left-hand, right-hand theme, which is quite really good for T20 cricket. It will help them through the middle order with the ball spinning. One will spin in at least to one of their players, which will be nice, but still a big ask from here.
13 for 2. That's Kimber off the back foot, runs it through backward point. Charlie Barnard comes round to field. And that's the end of James Anderson's first over of the game. 14 for 2, 3 overs gone. Kimber 2, Shah Massoud on 1, live from Emirates Old Trafford on the BBC Sport website and that. Lancs TV, Sports Extra 3 as well, across the FM frequencies on BBC Radio Lancashire. Wednesday evening T20 Blast. Back on Saturday for Lancashire Thunder, and then back on Sunday for Lancashire Lightning.
Yeah, interesting they go to Hartley here, the 4th over. I think obviously, clearly a brilliant bowler, but I think I would have gone Green again for myself to get in the power play. But obviously at 14 for 2, they have got room to gamble. They're going to bowl some Hartley, but Hartley, you're not as accomplished in the power play as Green.
Hartley into Kimber, it's off the back foot, punched away to the offside. Jones inside the circle field. And there's no run. Got 5 inside the circle on the offside, Lancashire. 2 on the leg side, 2 on the boundary on the leg side. Up and over, extra cover. It's a big hit out towards that boundary, but he's reached it beautifully. Kimber bounces and spins over the rope for 4. He moves to 6, 18 for 2.
Yeah, the ball turning away. Kimber, give himself room. He's sat that deep in his crease and he's trying to smack it over the offside. There'll be a field change here because he tried to do it first ball and it looks like he's comfortable doing it. And Hartley doesn't need a long on now on the ball turning away from the right-handed batter. He needs his mid-off out, which he's now got. He's got a deep mid-wicket and he's got a long off, which will challenge Kimber going over that side.
18 for 2. Hartley's left arm spin around the wicket beats Kimber. Slides past the bat and taken by Hurst.
There's that spin and bounce.
Here is Hartley back into Kimber, swatted out towards the leg side this time, clears Jennings inside the circle, out towards deep mid-wicket, and 4 for Kimber.
Nice cricket shot from Kimber. He's a powerful player in the short format of the game. Tossed up from Hartley and he's gone into hitting with the spin to a sweep slog over wide mid-wicket. It is really good batting. He's gone one way and he's gone the other. He's good batting from Kimber, but as I said, it's Green that would have been the choice for me again.
Here comes Hartley in and bowls to Kimber, muscled away down the ground, and Bohannon's done really well, one-handed stop. The ball bouncing and running away from him. He tries to catch up with it and sticks his right hand. And fine piece of work from Josh Bohannon. They've managed to get through for a single. Kimber moves to 11, 23 for 2, with 1 ball left of the 4th over. Brings Sham Masood on strike. Hartley just altering his field, now pushing 2 fielders out towards the leg side boundary in front of the hotel. It's a big hit there. There's not much of a breeze now. It was a little earlier on, quite a strong breeze. Hartley to Masood, skipping down the pitch, hammering it back towards Hartley. Doubles his score, moves to 2. It's the end of the over. 24 for 2. 4 overs gone.
Really good over there for Leicester Foxes. Nice play. Drop catch in the end, but a tough drop catch for Hartley. It was clattered back at him. It wasn't like obviously the one that was taken the other night at Durham, which would have killed the umpire if it wasn't plucked out of the sky from there at the back end. Who was that? Was it
Jimmy Neesham?
Jimmy Neesham. He did save the umpire's life. He would have copped it, wouldn't he? The only player who moved was he just plucked it out of the air from one hand.
It was. Crazy catch, wasn't it?
It was a crazy catch. As you see, going to get another over from Anderson here. And he isn't going to come back tonight the way the ball's spinning. So, get him out in the power play. Probably may only bowl 3, depending on how they go.
Anderson, 3rd over, in bowls, nudged away by Masood out towards the leg side. Around comes Turner to field. Single for Masood, moves on to 3, 25 for 2. Kimber back on strike. Yeah, 3 on the spin at Durham on Sunday for Anderson. And then came back in the 11th over for his 4th. Picked up his 3rd wicket in that 11th over.
Yeah, that may happen at some stage tonight. You'd be surprised. It depends. Obviously, you've got plenty of spin in the middle overs. It depends. He might be an odd over a seam, but I'll be surprised if you see much seam out of the power play.
Kimber's on 11. Takes it off his pads. Whipped away to the leg side. He'll want 2 and should get 2 and comfortably comes back for 2, actually. It's a good throw in towards the stumps at the ball was end by Tom Hartley. But, they've hurried back for a couple. 27 for 2. 13 to Kimber. He can wallop it, can't he, Kimber? If you can get in and get going.
Yeah, he can. He looked to take on that short boundary, even though that short boundary for him is against the breeze.
2 to go in the Oh, that's short and pulled out towards the leg side by Green from Kimber. He's on 14, 28 for 2. We're in the 5th over here. Just welcoming some new listeners from 5 Sports Extra to Emirates Old Trafford for this Leicestershire run chase. And they've been set 146 to win by Lancashire Lightning. They finished on 145 for 7 from 20 overs. James Anderson bowling from the Brian Statham end. Ball's fallen off stump and driven by Masood towards mid-off, shy at the stumps from Chris Green, but they've scrambled through for a single. Score's now 29 for 2. And Lancashire picked up 2 Leicestershire wickets. Rishi Patel the first to go, LBW for 7 off the bowling of Chris Green. And then Sol Budinger pulling a ball from Anderson out towards the leg side boundary. Bohannon takes the catch. Anderson gets his first of the evening to leave the Foxes at 29 for 2 in the 5th. Kimber on 14. 2 balls to go over the 5th. Anderson over the wicket. Balls in the air. Leg side. Hartley's under it. No. Flies over the top of Tom Hartley and out towards the boundary for 6 runs.
Yeah, he sat back for another pull shot. Sat deep in his crease and he pulled in and went with the breeze, and you see the difference in the wind. It didn't hold up, but it did for Beninga's dismissal. It just sailed on with the breeze, and at one stage Hartley thought he'd get it, it just cleared over him with the breeze. So that is the way to go. It's a bigger boundary. The wind is really helping out there. I think it's a great little innings from Kimber. He's 20 off 13, powerful player.
1 ball left of the 5th over. Anderson in and balls. He goes again, leg side. Green's there. Oh, has he taken a catch? No, I think Jimmy thought he had as well. He was celebrating. Chris Green with a diving effort away to his right. He gets a proper standing ovation from those inside the ground and his teammates. Fabulous effort. Oh, he got a hand to it too. It would have been a stunner diving to his right one-handed.
What are we one of the best catches you've ever seen? It was pulled at powerfully from Kimber. Green from deep mid wicket, running to his right, 5 or 6 steps, full length dive. He's a big man. He got a big long reach, and he held it. But when he hit the ground, it just bobbled out from up here. Look, he held it. Obviously, cleared. He threw it back in. So it was a proper tip round the post. It was brilliant. When they won the World Cup on that penalty.
It was a fabulous effort from Chris Green. Almost finding Jimmy Anderson his 2nd wicket of the evening. 36 for 2, 5 overs gone. Green will come into the attack from the Anderson end. Balls, reverse sweep from Kimber. Gets it away beautifully for 4 as well to start the final over of the power play. More from Paul Horton, the former Leicestershire and Lancashire captain. A little later on, David Lloyd is back alongside us in the commentary box. 40 for 2 in the 6th.
Powerful player, Kimber. A huge 6. What a catch that would have been from Chris Green. What a fielder.
He's a fabulous player, isn't he? Terrific last season for Lancashire, back for another one this year. In and balls, muscled high, leg side. Lanky's nearby this, but it clears the rope, it clears Lanky the giraffe, and it's out towards the boundary for 6 more for Kimber, who's just getting his eye in. 46 for 2 in the 6th.
He's dangerous. 31 from 16 for Kimber. Finding the boundaries. He's a big unit and it's a big shot. So a couple of 6s.
46 for 2. Can they get it down into double figures? He almost have before the power play's done. Green in, balls to Kimber, pushed away into the offside. They'll take a quick single now. And it's now down to 99 to win. 87 balls with 8 wickets remaining.
Well, he is the danger from what we've seen, Kimber. Real powerful player. I think they've got the start that they wanted in the power play. Just in the 6th over now, 3 balls that's still to go. 47 for 2.
Shah Masood, the new batter. Green's off spin will be around the wicket to Masood. Oh, he's bowled him. It sneaks through and it rattles onto the middle stump. And Green peels away in celebration. His 2nd wicket of the evening. And the Foxes are now 3 down, 47 for 3 in the 6th.
Well, he's round the wicket, Chris Green, and it's full and it's straight and it just goes straight on. Shah Masood gets into a position to cut. It's far too close to cut and it doesn't spin. But they'll keep coming, Leicester Foxes. Rian Ahmed is the new batter. A real precocious talent, Rian Ahmed. As we're just looking at the replay again, it's a full-length ball from around the wicket, just angled in towards middle and off, and it goes straight on. Sham Masood, his T20 record is modest. He's a strike rate of about 120, averaging 26. But Rian Ahmed, he'll be so confident, this lad. He bowled beautifully, bowled leg spin, leg spinners and googlies. He played for England. He can be dangerous.
47 for 3. 2 balls left of the power play. Here's Chris Green over the wicket, balls to Ahmed. It's a wide, it's down the leg side, and it's going for runs as well, down towards the boundary. Will it reach the rope? It does. Wides, and there's 4 of them, and that will push the Foxes up towards that 50 mark. 52 for 3 now.
Yeah, good runs there. The ball just angled down the leg side. Goes past Rian Ahmed, who's covering all his stumps. Probably taking guard on off stump. Misses the keeper as well, 4.
52 for 3. Green in and balls whipped away into the leg side. Good tumbling stop at short mid-wicket by the captain, Keaton Jennings, and there's no run. 52 for 3. Final ball of the power play. It's been a breathless power play. It's been a really entertaining game of cricket. There's been a lot happening. Could be a real low-scoring thriller. Might not. Green in, balls, forward goes Ahmed, nudged away into the onside. He's come back well in that over, Chris Green. End of the power play now, Bumble. 52 for 3. They need 94 to win from 84 deliveries.
Last delivery there from Chris Green is slower, much slower. He's been darting it in there. Does Anderson finish off? I don't think he does. I think he's just saving him back. He's bowled 3 overs, 1 for 23, Jimmy Anderson. The lights are kicking in here. They're just behind the Leicester Foxes, where Lancs were at this time, but then the spinners got to work and Lancashire's run rate was very steady. They got them up to 145, so 146 to win. And you feel that this is the game now. Charlie Barnard into the attack, more spin.
We've seen plenty of it tonight. Barnard in, balls driven away by Kimber, but to cover where Jennings fields, and there's no run.
He hasn't come in for quick singles, Kimber. He's looking for big shots.
It was right off the toe of his bat, that, wasn't it? He's giving it a right old filthy look. In fact, I'm not sure if he needs a replacement. I think he might do, actually. So the umpire looking over towards the Leicestershire. Yeah, he has. He needs a new bat. Looking at the toe end of it is Louis Kimber. Bat replacement required. 32 to him from 18 deliveries, 52 for 3. Just a reminder, if you're just joining in the coverage, whether it's on Sports Extra, on Lancs TV, wherever you might be accessing us via BBC, Radio Lancashire as well. As Bumble mentioned, 145 for 7 is what Lancashire finished on. They finished that score with an all-run 4.
Well, don't start that again.
Complete chaos.
It was a single down to, was it deep, long on?
Something like that, yeah.
Down towards the boundary, and the catch, it would have been a really good catch, was spilled. They scrambled back for 2 as the throw came in. Throw was quite wayward. The wicket-keeper got hold of it and shied at the stumps. Then there's a fumble, so they ran 3. There's another shy at the stumps, so they ran 4. It should have been out, really.
It was complete chaos. Which put them on to 145 for 7. 3 wickets for Rian Ahmed, and Lancashire Lightning have picked up 3 Leicestershire Foxes wickets so far. 2 for Green and 1 for Jimmy Anderson.
I think we've got a language barrier here. This lad he's broken his bat, and they brought him a drink out. He needs a bat. Get him a bat. He hasn't got a bat. So I think they've probably got to go to the indoor school.
Yeah.
To bring him another bat, which is, well, it's almost in the next county, is that? At the back of the ground, he's having a banana. Oh, this is brilliant television. And it'll even better on radio. Who's that, Jimmy Anderson? Bring me a banana. If he wants a bat, I'll have a banana. What's he do with the skin? Here he is. There's 3 bats here now. No more bananas. Yes, we have no bananas. We have no bananas today. It's extraordinary what's been going on in this game. The 4 we've described, and he needs a new bat, they bring him a drink. Jimmy Anderson says, I'll have a banana.
What more do you want for a Wednesday evening at Old Trafford?
Yeah. Did you mention rain coming in from North Wales? I think we're okay until it might be early tomorrow morning, maybe.
Right, okay.
Well, if we carry on at this trade, it'll be us. We'll be here.
True. Right, we've got a new bat. We've had a banana. We're all right. We can crack on. This is off the back foot by Kimber. Hit down the ground for a single. As Bohannon comes up from long onto field. 53 for 3. 93 to win from 82.
Is this Charlie Barnard's 3rd T20 match? We were here for his debut.
Yes, it is. It's his 3rd.
His 3rd. He played up at Durham.
He did. And he's in and bowling flat and quick. Ahmed off the back foot. Punches away through the cover for a single. Jones comes up from the boundary to field, brings Kimber back on strike. It's a 54 for 3, halfway through the 7th over. Barnard left arm spin under the lights from the Brian Statham men, skipping in and bowling again flat and quick, and again whipped away to the leg side where Bohannon fields at long on. Kimber moves to 34.
Such a big chap, Kimber. He's quick on his feet. He just moved away there to the leg side.
Brings Ahmed back on strike. Barnard bouncing in past the umpire. Bowls, steps to the leg side, carves away through the off where Jones is out on the point boundary. Another single for the Foxes. He moves to 2, Rian Ahmed, 56 for 3 in the 7th. Got 1 ball left of the 7th over. Here is Barnard in, and ball swept all the way for 6, out towards the square leg boundary, towards the new hotel. Lovely shot from Kimber. He moves to 40, 62 for 3.
It's another easy shot from Kimber. Gets down on one knee with this brand new bat, straight out of the screws towards the new hotel. He knew as soon as he hit this.
Beastdown, it's your turn. Who wants a t-shirt? Do you want a t-shirt by any chance? Okay, make some noise if you want a t-shirt. Here we go. Some of you guys up there, one over there. Who else wants one? Make some noise if you want a t-shirt. There's another. One more. Here we go. All yours. Well done, guys.
62 for 3 in the 7th.
Bowling from the
or after
Anderson
7.
ends. Number 2.
Kimber 40. Ahmed on 2.
Kimber's 40 from 21.
Danger man. Hartley's left arm spin. Bowls. Forward as Ahmed pushes away into the offside. Through for 1. It's pretty lively tumbling stop from Jennings, but doesn't prevent the single.
I think Ahmed will just play for Kimber. Keep giving him the strike.
63 for 3. Kimber standing tall in the crease. Hartley in and bowls. It's in the air and caught. Wells takes the catch. It's short 3rd. Hartley gets his first. Danger man's gone. Kimber departs for 40. 63 for 4 now in the 8th.
Short delivery, and it's stuck in the pitch. It stayed in the pitch, and Kimber looking to go over the offside. Delayed his shot and then just spooned it up. Such an easy catch, and a damp squib end. It just stays in the pitch and bounces a little bit. Luke Wells makes no mistake, just at backward point. That's a huge wicket. Real danger player, Lewis Kimber. Tom Hartley does the trick, get a new batter in. 63 for 4 in the 8th.
Ben Cox is the new batter, joining Rian Ahmed. Keep chipping away here, Lancashire, don't they? When you think they're getting something bubbling up, the Foxes, they find a wicket.
I think it was very similar for the way that Lancashire batted. And that interview with Chris Green in the middle period, he said it was so difficult. The difficulty is that they're playing on this pitch, which they wanted to play on. Tactically, they're playing 4 spinners, win the toss, bat first. 145 is more than useful.
So Cox waits for Hartley. He's around the wicket and bowls. That's off the back foot and pushed away into the offside. Up comes Aspinwall from the cover boundary to field.
Have they got, Leicester Foxes got another 6-hitter? Again, we can think back to Chris Green, found it so difficult, but stayed in there, kept getting 1s and 2s to get up to that 145.
Comes Hartley, balls again to Ahmed, pushed away into the offside for a single. It's a little push and go straight away, wasn't it, by Ahmed? Just drops it out towards point straight away. They have to run. They've got to try and find at least a run from every delivery, with some boundaries wrapped into it, but they can't afford for much more else than that. That's worked away by Cox to the leg side for a single this time. Doubles his score, moves to 266 for 4. One ball to go the 8th.
Yeah, it's a good over from Hartley. A wicket and 4 singles.
Can he get through it without a boundary? Final ball of the over. He's going back and playing it late, cutting it late, down towards deep backward point. The chase is on towards the boundary. It beats Aspinwall, and it's 4 for Ahmed. They've managed to find a way to get a boundary right at the back end of the over. 8 gone, 70 for 4 now.
It's a super shot, is this? Nothing wrong with the delivery. Left arm spinner, and he went deep in the crease. And he waited, and then chopped it back with a point for a 4 where there's no fielder. 70 for 4 in 8 overs. They're up with the rate, no question, no problem there. 4 down. So Lancashire Lightning need to chip away, just keep getting a wicket, get a new batter in. Now it looks as if Rayan Ahmed is just a danger at the minute.
Back to some leg spin. We saw a wonderful spell from Ahmed when Lancashire were batting, and now Wells with some leg spin for Lancashire from the same end. Brian Statham in with Ben Cox on strike. 70 for 4, target of 146. Wells in and bowls. Run away by Cox through the offside for a single. Moves on to 3, 71 for 4.
And different sort of leg spin from Luke Wells. Very tall, bowls it quite quickly. Different to Rayan Ahmed, who spun it, but spun leg spinners and googlies.
And he's on strike waiting for Wells. In and bowls, going back with a bit of extra bounce from Wells. Works the ball away off his hip through the leg side for a single.
That's what Wells will get, a little bit of extra bounce because he's so tall. That's a googly.
72 for 4, so single off the first 2 deliveries of the 9th. Cox on 3. Wells in, balls flat and quick, asking for an LBW. Wells, oh, he liked it, and he kept the appeal going. Not out.
A bit high, I think. It's a little bit high. He's down on one knee, Richard Kettleborough. No.
Yeah, left Luke Wells on one knee, in disbelief, back to the umpire. In and balls again. Slapped out towards the leg side by Ben Cox. A couple of Lancashire fielders scouting round on the boundary. The throw comes in towards the keeper's end. They've done well to turn it into 2. There's a throw come in from Tom Hartley. Cox does find 2 more. He moves to 5, 74 for 4.
That's good from the Foxes. Turn your 1s into 2s, run hard. There's half a chance for Tom Hartley with the throw. Powerful throw.
74 for 4. Wells in, balls. Oh, that spins back in towards Cox. Pushed away into the offside, no run.
It's the night of the googly.
It is. Trial by googly at Old Trafford tonight. Final ball of the 9th. Just 4 off the over so far. Wells in, bowls, muscled out towards the leg side. Bohannon will skip around to his right to field, but they'll come back for 2 in the process. And that's 76 for 4, 9 overs in, target of 146 to win for the Leicestershire Foxes. David Lloyd, Kevin Howes will come and join you.
Run rate required is 6.36, but 4 down. This is going to be tight. They're looking for a good big partnership here, the Foxes. Cox and Ahmed are in there, and it'll just be spin, spin, spin. There's another one coming back. Charlie Barnard, left arm spin. Just keep chipping away, get a new batter in. It'll become more difficult.
There are many narratives in this game, albeit obviously one of the shorter formats. But it's still very enticing, this little nip and tuck, who's going to give what. battle of the spinners, you called it earlier tonight. This one is in the air, out there on the offside, and it's going to go how far? It's going to clear the rope. That's what it's going to do out there through deep extra cover for 6. Well, that was certainly very enticing, especially if you're a Foxes fan. Got down. Great power in that, and the placement as well. There are 2 fielders out there, but right in between the 2, it didn't matter anyway because it cleared the rope. So, good evening, Mr. Barnard. It's 82 for 4. Ahmed's moved to 15 with that 6. He just has to squeeze that one away on the leg side. He'll go through for 1. That was some blow.
Well, he's a very talented cricketer, Rehan Ahmed, with his leg spins, which we've seen. Very accomplished batter. Beautiful shot over extra cover for 6.
Lancashire Lightning 145 for 7. The Foxes in reply now 83 for 4 in this 10th over. And it's Cox who's on 7. Wicket-keeping batter. And Barnard around the wicket. And that's just turned around the corner. They'll go through for 1. This ball ticking along here. Good evening to listeners on Sports Extra as well as Sports Extra 3. We're everywhere. We're all over them. And that's because of the Women's International, which finished slightly early tonight, but congratulations to England's women with a victory there in Leicester. Here in Manchester. Oh, straight through the hands of the fielder there. He looks back at the surface to say, well, how did that bobble through? But it did. And they'll go through for 1. Tom Hartley there rescuing things. I think it was Keaton Jennings who couldn't get down or bobbled up just in front of him. It's 1 more to the total. Takes the Foxes to 85 for 4. And Barnard now. 5th ball of this over in. And more caressed. Not too much power from Cox on that one, who's sitting on 8 not out at the moment. But England's women victory by 143 runs over the West Indies women tonight in Leicester. Once again, Barnard around the wicket. Down on a knee, try to sweep around the corner, does so. But again, good running, backing it up. That's Jimmy that got down to that with the throw. Looks in a little discomfort, but exactly 60 from 60 balls required here with 6 wickets. A lot of 6s in this. 60 from 60 at 6 and over with 6 wickets standing. There's, every time I look, I can find another 6. And we had a 6 in that last over as well. Well done to Kate Cross, by the way, 100 wickets in all formats for England today. So we can get confirmation of the exact details on that, but terrific work from Kate. Of course, the series continues. I think Saturday we're off to Taunton, and there'll be more coverage, of course, on the BBC for that one. But right now, you're on Sports Extra and Sports Extra 3. We've got coverage of this game, the other men's game going on tonight. You can find on Sports Extra 2, Derbyshire Falcons versus the Steelbacks. Steelbacks 194 for 6. The Falcons 11 for 1 after 2 overs. God, we've had a lot of hold-ups. What's this latest one for?
Because they haven't turned the music off yet.
We're just waiting for the music to stop.
What music is it? What song is this?
It's one of my favourites. Just can't name it at the moment.
Who's it playing it?
I've no idea. I'm not playing it. It's nothing to do with me.
Oh, he's turned it off. Decided that it's a cricket match and not a disco. Fantastic.
That so long. Well, I know you can't answer that question. Cox is on 9. Well, maybe you could. I presume you can't. Wells' bowling is second over in and bowls and fended away. Turns back into Rehan Ahmed.
That's even before his 11. Leicester got themselves in a chance here. Kimber's powerful knock, and 17 from 11 from Rehan Ahmed. He set up the game nicely. If they're comfortable here, Leicester run a ball. If they play cleverly for this middle period.
This is Rehan Ahmed facing. Fired away, but straight to the fielder. There at extra cover.
4 men in the ring, isn't it? Yeah, he'd run a ball. 6 and over, 6 singles. Wickets in hand.
Lancashire, of course, 100% from his first 3 matches. Can they make it 4 out of 4? It's going to be a tough one. Rehan Ahmed will pick up another single behind the square on the leg side. He moves his score to 18 and takes the Foxes to 88 for 4. Foxes had a great start to the season. 1 win, 1 defeat so far in this competition. Of course, they're doing ever so well in the Championship, 2nd Division, right at the top. The players almost collide, coming back for two, but successfully back for that second there. Now it's into the offside.
It's a good little innings here by Cox. He's a busy player. He's a really good cricketer. He was at Worcester previously. Great signing for Leicester, I thought. Brilliant keeper. Great little player in the middle period. Good against spin. 12 from 12 here.
Helped Worcestershire to the title, he did. Worked away. Leg side this time. Good use of the wrist from Cox to get another one. Moves on to 13. As you say, Paul Horton, this board just keeps on moving along, doesn't it?
Yeah, he's ticking. So what he's doing, he's ticking it over. Riamata ticking it. Obviously, some lusty blows, 18 off 13. So it's really good play. You're going to have to do something slightly different, I think, at some stage. Lancashire have to gamble a little bit. You can't just let them take 6-0. Yeah, they need to run a ball here. There's only 4 men in the ring. They have to maybe at some stage gamble a little bit.
Wells bowls now. Jumps on that one, does Ahmed, but can't get it past the fielder at backward point. Completes that over. So it's 11 overs gone, 91 for 4. Cox on 13, Rian Ahmed on 18. So it's 55 from 54. So what are those ambitious, perhaps gambles that if you're out there, and of course you have been as a skipper, what are you looking to do? What can you do here?
Well, they're going to try and hold a little bit of it. I think at some stage they may have to put a bit of pressure on with an extra fielder in the ring, or when Green bowls, they might have to gamble a little bit towards Cox and try and squeeze him a little bit more, or try and do something. Depends how close. He can't just let the game tick over too long in this middle period. Once they get a wicket, they put pressure on a new batter, but ultimately, a run a ball. As we've seen here, there's obviously still only 4 in the ring, but you got 2 fielders up here. Aspinall's a different throw of the dice. Interesting.
Yes, he's got bowl from the far end. It's Tom Aspinwall. And he's going to be bowling to Ben Cox to start off with. He's on 13. Bowls now width, way to the right of the keeper. It would have been perhaps into the hands there of first slip. There isn't a slip in at the moment. Obviously, that races the boundary. It's 4 runs. First ball of this over. And Leicestershire Foxes, we talk about picking up the singles. Well, every now and then as well, that one's sliced wide, well wide of the keeper. They'll pick up the boundaries. And that's another one for them.
Just lucky outside edge, just ran past Hurst behind the stumps, didn't it?
Aspinwall back to his mark now. Cox has taken his score to 17 from 14 deliveries. Bustles in onto his toes, called through by Ahmed, and in the end makes it all look very comfortable. Too much ground for Hurst to cover to throw any pressure upon that.
If they do get up here, Leicester, it'd be a really good win. Obviously losing the toss, having to chase at Old Trafford against a side that doesn't really lose here at all. Fought well after the power play. They fought back hard, didn't they? Power play was 62 for 2. Yeah, but Lanx's next 14 overs weren't very good, were they?
Rian Ahmed facing on 18 into the ground. No run. I did wonder whether it was, would it be sort of roles reversed this summer? They've always had that potential for real threat in the limited overs formula game. The championship a bit more of a struggle, to say the least, at times. I just wonder whether things could turn around. The championship would be really strong, and then for some reason it wouldn't fire for them in this competition. Well, on this evidence, they are going to be very competitive. That is sliced away. That's another 4 behind square on the offside. It's a long boundary, but it's 4 all the way. There's a fielder out there, but no way he could get to that. And Ahmed, well, he's in just terrific form. I just wonder whether he's just a bit peeved over the last 12-18 months. All the talk about his younger brother and everybody having to add, and they say he's even better than Rian. I wonder whether that fires him up a little bit to go out and perform just a little bit like this, because it's just terrific with the bat at the moment. He's moved to 22 from 16. It brings up the 100. 100 for 4. 2 balls left of the 12th over. Next ball comes back into him. Punched on the offside. He'll have to be quick running here, but he's on top of his game. He's on to 23, and the score 101 for 4. 1 ball left of the 12th.
Yeah, I'm not sure of any of that. He's clearly a very young, talented cricketer. We saw that with the ball and with bats. He's highly skilled. He's a wonderful talent, and he's just showing that on display. Now he's getting an opportunity to play week in, week out, and he's just showing that.
Cox are facing. He's on 18. Worked away, enough space. Comfortable single leg side. This at the moment is looking very comfortable, and Lancashire will be feeling the pressure. 102 for 4 after 12 overs. It's 44 from 48 with those 6 wickets left. Cox on 19, Rian Ahmed on 23. They need something here, and you were talking about what the captain out there might be thinking, Keaton Jennings. Well, he's Mixing up the bowling again here now, because he's going to bring Hartley back on from this end where Luke Wells had been bowling. The Brian Statham end, our commentary box end. The floodlights are on. Cool wind is blowing. As long as you don't tell Lancashire, we've put the heating on, so it's okay here. Well, I think you're warming up as well now, aren't you, surely?
I am, since I put my coat on inside, yeah.
No. It's definitely warming up otherwise.
I am. So obviously there's 5 in the commentary box here. There's only Scott Reed in a shirt.
Just remind me to switch that heating off before I leave tonight, otherwise I'll be in big trouble.
The heating's on 27. See, that's good, that, 27.
Don't tell them how I put it. Turn around the corner for a single, and the score will move on by 1, surprisingly enough. 103 for 4. Cox and Rian Ahmed doing a terrific job here for the Foxes against the as yet unbeaten and 100% record 3 out of 3 Lancashire. It's Hartley bowling his 3rd over, 1 for 19. Slight change in the field here as Wells is moved from the onside for Rian Ahmed to give them 2 fielders down there on the offside behind square. One at short third. Oh, and that's exactly the area it goes to, but doesn't loop up quite far enough there, Paul.
No, it's a better film than he had a mid-wicket previously. He needs 2 backward points, left arm spin. You know, Ray Ahmed giving himself room, really comfortable through the offside.
Around the wicket again, Hartley fires that one in, sits up, out of the reach. It was a sharp opportunity. Couldn't get round to it quickly enough. Jennings will have to come back to 2, again running. Quickly, hard, fast, they make their ground, no problem. 105 for 4 now. Midway through this 13th over. It's starting to look more and more desperate here for Lancashire. Hartley around the wicket, plenty of air on that one. Again, just out of the reach of Hartley, throws himself to his left. Again, they'll look for 2, they'll settle for 1. There's no need to do anything stupid out there at the moment. It's just going nicely for them. Very nicely indeed. 106 for 4. 40 from 44. That's the scenario. I'll just go through the bowling as we've had it as well from Lancashire so far this evening. After this from Hartley. Forces him deep into his crease, but punched by Cox for no run into the offside. Just had the 4 runs from this Hartley over so far, but we're in the territory of looking for wickets, breaking up this partnership to start off with. Again, good running, good alert running from Rian Ahmed. It's gone behind square on the offside, calls him through quickly. 107 for 4 after 13 overs, 39 to win from 42 balls remaining. Cox on 21, Rian Ahmed on 26 from 20 deliveries. There are plenty of coats on outside, that's for certain. Anderson's 3 overs, 1 for 23. Green 2 overs, 2 for 19. What a game he's had this evening. Could yet play a part. We're going to have to call on him quite quickly. Barnard 2 overs, 20 runs. Wells 2 overs, 11 runs. Aspinwall 1 over, 11 runs. Hartley now has completed 3 overs for 23, 1 for 23 from his 3 overs so far. Where is he looking now? He's looking back to Chris Green, is he?
Yeah, you have to go back to Chris Green. He's your overseas and your #1 sort of spin bowler in this lineup. He's got 2 overs to go. He's probably gone back to him a little bit earlier than he wants. Green was taken down by some wonderful batting by Kimber before, so I think it's more Kimber's exceptional batting tonight. He's got to go back to Green, and I would imagine he'll carry on with Hartley or potentially Wells again from the bottom end here.
Okay, he has this very distinctive inhale and then in short, out of the way gets the umpire. That's 4 runs to start off with. Beautiful pull from Cox. Moves to 25. Who's the umpire in danger there? Umpire Kettleborough. Has to get out of the way of that one at square leg.
He's really good batting. He's really good batting. See, Green had mid off up there. He's just pushed him back for now, actually. It was really good to have extra. I think what Green could do as well is deep mid wicket is quite straight. He needs to bring him around. Cox is only going to really sweep. He's a typical sort of keeper. Going to get low, trying to sweep, whether it's full or short.
In again and defended this time. We talk about Kimber. His 40 came off 22 balls, 3 4s, 3 6s. The Foxes were at one stage in their reply 12 for 2 in the 3rd over, then became 47 for 3. 63 for 4 and now 111 for 4. 4 balls left to the 14th over. Worked away very fine. They think of it, then they think better of it, because that's Rian Ahmed who can see what's going on there with Jimmy Anderson prowling at short fine. Jimmy's got just the 1 over left. His figures 1 for 23 so far. Conceded a 4 and a 6. Green to his mark again. Past umpire Widup. A little fuller. Worked nice and carefully by Cox. No need for anything stupid out there. 35 off 38. 2 balls left of the 14th. Earlier today, we had the women's game. Lancashire. Guys of the Thunder against Hampshire Hawks. It was a Hawks victory and a comfortable one by 8 wickets in the end. But would it be double defeat for Lancashire? Will the men be able to pull a victory off? Well, it's hard to see from here at the moment. Green's looking for a wicket. It's worked away in front of square on the leg side by Cox. He gets a single. He's to 26. 112 for 4. Derbyshire Falcons, meantime, 22 for 2 after 5 overs. Need another 173 from 15 overs against the Steelbacks. The Steelbacks are in some trouble, and they recovered. Again, we talk of Jimmy Anderson. Young lad making his way. We'll talk of another youthful player. This one here in Manchester just turned on the onside for no run to end off 14 overs. 112 for 4. Cox on 23. Rian Ahmed on 26. So it's 34 from 36. Yeah, just a little mention for a young lad. Keep your eye on this fella, Ravi Bopara. Not out 84, 46 balls, 7 fours and 5 sixes.
So, C-Stand, it's your turn. What time is it? T-shirt time. Who wants one? One for you guys over there. One for you guys there. Oh, I'll try that one later. Have another one. Here we go. One for you there. Who wants another one over there? Here we go. One for one over there. Okay, then, there we go. Who wants the last one? Make some noise!
Short for a third cover, mid-off and a mid-wicket. 1 extra in the ring. They're going to do something. They'll look to try and take a wicket or create a bit of pressure, a couple of extra balls if they can. Yeah, Cox has played really well. 26 of 24. Rian Ahmed 26 of 21. Different styles of innings, but Cox busy at the crease, runs hard, good against spin.
Here's Luke Wells into Cox. So the back foot and chopped away down towards third man. Cut off by Michael Johns. Will come back for 2. It's been a clever little knotless, hasn't it, by Cox, and indeed by Ahmed. They've paced it nicely.
Yeah, Ahmed's got, he's got power. He can clear the road. I mean, Cox doesn't have that. So what he is he's busy and he runs fast and he's put bat on ball. As I said before, he was ticking over. 51-run partnership of 41 balls.
Yep.
Played really nicely.
Wells in, ball that's pulled out towards the leg side, through square leg, had to be 4 by Cox. 2 on that boundary as well. He's managed to pick out the gap between them both beautifully. 118 for 4 now.
Yeah, really good shot again. But then again, he's down and low and sweeping or pulling. And the deep mid-wicket's too straight. So deep mid-wicket normally lines up at the stump line, which he does do. But for Cox, he doesn't need to be. He's only going to sweep the ball behind the square. So you need to really square them up. So what they've got now is they've got short square leg, haven't they? Normal square leg in front. So it's a waste. So they've been done twice on that.
It's Wells to Cox. And that's clipped out towards square leg, where it's picked up by Aspinwall. They'll hurry through for a single. Cox to 33, not out. 119 for 4.
But ultimately, it's too late now, really. Cox isn't going to hit it. He's going to sweep it. So they really, really need to square the guys up there.
Rian Ahmed settles into his crease. He rests his bat on his right shoulder. He's waiting for Wells just to tweak slightly with his field. Brings Aspinwall into short mid-wicket. Here's Wells in and bowls. And Rian Ahmed off the back foot just drops it away into the offside, and they jog through for 1. They've timed the singles well, haven't they? They've picked the 1s and 2s out nicely. Just kept things bouncing along. 426 off 32. And this partnership for the Foxes is taking this game pretty deep. In comes Wells, bowls again, forward goes Cox. The ball deflects away into the onside. Ahmed's backing up, and Hurst is quickly onto that from behind the stumps to field. No run, thanks to the good work of Matthew Hurst. Coming from behind the stumps to pick up the ball and to send Ahmed back to the non-striker's end. Final delivery of the over. In comes Wells to Cox. Another single run out through the offside. Up comes Jones, and that is the end of the over. 5 left, 121 for 5, so 25 required, 30 balls left. And Riyad Ahmed and Ben Cox, Paul Houghton, are pushing Leicestershire into a pretty strong position here.
Yeah, they are, and it's only what they deserve. You can think about where they were. They were 12 for 2, 3.4 overs gone. Kimber's powerful knock, striking at 200 in this game has, blew the game apart for them. And this has been a really intelligent, clever one-day T20 sort of innings in his middle period. Cox has played incredibly well. He's helped Riyad Ahmed. He's taken the pressure off him. He's kept the scoreboard going. Yeah, he's the odd four, but he's busy. He runs hard. Yeah, he's a beautiful innings. A good player of spin. So it's been a really good. If Leicester get up and they'll deserve all this win from where they are. They've lost a toss. They've got blown apart in the power play, and they've come back really well. Over to David Lloyd.
Bumble will join us. 5 overs to go. 25 needed. 30 balls left. Charlie Barnard coming into the attack, and Cox on strike, in and bowls, sweep, but a top edge. Anderson making up the ground, or at least trying to, but the ball was falling beyond his reach. The top edge sweep brings a single to Ben Cox. He moves to 35, 122 for 4, 24 required, 29 balls left. David Lloyd's back with us.
Yeah, he's just lobbed up to square leg, but there's nobody there.
In comes Barnard around the wicket to Ahmed. Oh, he's bowled him! He's got one to sneak through. Rattles the top of off stump. Ahmed down on one knee. Can't believe he's missed it. Has to go for 27. The breakthrough that Lancashire Lightning were desperately searching for. 122 for 5 now.
They needed that Lightning. He's played that shot so well, Riyad Ahmed. Just getting back into his stumps and waiting and cutting it back with a point. Barnard fires one through to him and takes the off stump. My goodness, they needed that wicket to break that partnership. They played so well on a spinning pitch. But Barnard does the trick, rattles into off stump. So it's still a game to be won for either team. I just wonder if there's a bit more belief in Lightning. Partnership was taking the game away from them, so they might just get the crowd behind them. They've got a new batter in. Travaskis joins Cox. Cox is 35 from 30.
And becoming the key man here for the Foxes. Just shared a partnership with Riyad Ahmed that was worth 59 runs. Barnard gets his first of the evening. Travaskis on strike. In and bowls, he sweeps, and it's gone past short fine leg and down towards the boundary, and he's off the mark straight away with a very confident looking sweep shot for 4, 126 for 5.
Oh, it's a super shot, is this, when you've just come to the crease and leg and middle please, umpire gets down on one knee and sweeps behind square. Evades that short fine leg. It's hard.
20 to win, 27 balls left. Barnard in and bowls. Off the back foot, just works that away through the offside for a single. Moves to 5, 127 for 5.
The thing about the Foxes is they've just kept it going. They've kept the board moving. Not got becalmed and not got stuck at one end. Rotated the strike, they've run well. Another chat between Keaton Jennings and Charlie Barnard.
This young left-arm spinner spins the ball from one hand to the other. Cox taps the bat, Barnard from around the wicket, bowls, he sweeps again, fielded by Anderson at short fine leg. And there's no run. Welcome dot ball, which actually is received with a pretty strong round of applause from the supporters inside the ground as well. Not been many of them. 127 for 5. Final ball of the 16th over. Barnard is in and bowls, and Cox plays forward in defence. No run. End of the over. With 24 balls left, the Leicestershire Foxes need 19 to win.
Does 19 seem not far away? With 5 wickets, they've just had 2. Just go bang, bang, pick 2 wickets up. And 19 is a long way away. 4 overs to go. Who's going to bowl them? Luke Wells has definitely got 1 left. There's going to be a committee meeting out there. Chris Green I think, will be in it.
He's got one left as well.
There's Chris Green. Wells has got one.
Hartley's got one.
They're in the chat with Keaton Jennings. Who's it going to be? It's going to be Wells.
Bowling figures for Lancashire. Anderson 3 overs, 1 for 23. Green 3 overs, 2 for 24. Hartley 3 overs, 1 for 23. Barnard's just bowled his 3rd over, gone for 1 for 26. Aspinwall's bowled 1 over, and Jimmy's got 1 left. He bowled 3 in the power play, 3 overs, 1 for 23.
I just wonder if it's Anderson's 3 overs and Aspinwall's 1, and he's just going to bowl spin.
24 balls left, 19 to win. Wells in off the back foot by Travaskis, hit back towards him. Dot ball to start the over.
I'm sure these are googlies, they're just not spinning and going straight on. Bowls it quite quickly.
From the top of his mark, Wells bouncing in, leg spin from over the wicket, swept away, down towards fine leg. Jones gets across the ground, tumbling stop by Jones. Restricting these two to just 1 run, 128 for 5.
Should have been 2 there. Tumbling stop by Michael Jones. And a little fumble, but they decided just a single.
18 to win from 22. Cox on 35 from 32. Looking to the leg side, 3 boundary riders on that leg side boundary. Plays a forward defensive, just taps it back towards Wells off his own bowling, no run.
Well, the crowd are right behind this. It's a dot ball, that's fine. They need 2 wickets, rapid.
Halfway through the 17th, just 1 off the over so far. Wells bowls. Oh, it's gone through somehow.
Dear.
It's gone through Cox, it's gone past the stumps.
Well, that's another googly. And somehow it bounces over the stumps, pitches way outside, spins back in, goes over the top by a fraction.
It's an excellent over this by Luke Wells. He's got 2 balls left of it. Cox waits, back in, bowls again, throws it out wide, swept away to the leg side. Bohannon's underneath it at long on. Just the single added. Just the 2nd run of the over. 129 for 5.
Now Wells needs to get out of this over. A dot or a single, no boundary. Wicket. Is that asking too much?
Never. Been a blinding over so far by Luke Wells. Travaskis on strike, balls to Travaskis, swept out towards the leg side. Will it find the boundary?
Oh,
it does. Dive from Turner, trying to cut it off. Almost the perfect over from Luke Wells at this stage of the match.
But it's a super shot. It's that sweep again. This time in front of square. Oh, that's a killer blow. 133 for 5, 17 overs.
Goes from 2 off the over to 6 off the over just in 1 shot.
Yeah. 13 to win. Chris Green into the attack. Is it too late? They thought long and hard about Wells there, and he was doing so well. That last ball goes for 4, so Chris Green. 3 overs, 2 for 24. Need a wicket. Get a new batter in.
Cox on strike. Green just wanting Aspinwall to drop right to the edge of the circle at short 3rd. He wants his sweeper on the cover boundary. Behind square as well. There's a long off, long on, deep mid-wicket and deep backward square leg. 18 balls left, 13 to win for the Foxes. Green in and balls. Defended by Cox, carefully back towards Green, no run. Green stooping down low to field it. Wanders back to his mark. He's been excellent with the bat, he's been terrific in the field, he's picked up 2 wickets with the ball, Chris Green. Brings Cox down the pitch towards him. That's worked along the ground through mid-on for a single. 37 not out, 134 for 5.
12 to win. Travaskis back on strike, and he's been effective with a sweep. He's moved very quickly on to 10 from 5 deliveries. Another chat between Jennings and Green. Because he does look to sweep. I mean, Green can get it dead straight and hit the pad. Looks like he favours the sweep to me. Looking leg side, Travaskis now.
Got 2 on the boundary rope for the sweep at deep back with square leg. There's a deep mid wicket, there's a short fine, short mid wicket, long on, long off. Deep back will point. 12 to win it for the Foxes, 16 balls left. Travaskis on 10. And here's Chris Green for Lancashire Lightning from the James Anderson end. Around the wicket to Travaskis. Balls. Played it ever so late. Playing it down towards Jimmy Anderson at short third for a single.
He somehow gets bat on that. Quick from around the wicket, off spin. He's giving himself leg side room and he chops it down just for a single. 11 to win.
Cox on 37. From just 37, he's playing the blinder here for the Foxes. So far, can he get them over the line? Can Lightning find a way? Back into it, Green in, balls, he sweeps again. Behind square on the leg side for a single. Turner, deep backward square leg, Fields, just a single. So 3 off the over so far. 136 for 5.
That's all they need to do, just keep this partnership. Singles, he come out here and there. Just need 10.
Green from around the wicket, balls again. Chipped through extra cover. This might be worth a couple for them, actually. By the time that Jones gets round to field, they do come back for 2. Takes it into single figures to win with 13 deliveries to go. 8 to win from 13.
Need something really special now. Lightning. 2, 3, 4, 5 from the over. Need a wicket.
Travaskis, 13 not out. Green for the final time of the evening. 2 for 29 his figures. This is the last ball of his 4th over. Green to Travaskis. That's played safely through straight mid-on for a single. He'll keep the strike. And the Leicestershire Foxes are slowly but surely nudging and nurdling their way towards the victory target. 7 to win from 12.
Well, I think they've been really steady, the Leicester Foxes, the way that they've gone about this. 145 posted by Lancashire Lightning. I didn't think it'd be very easy on this pitch with the 4 spinners, but they've played it so well. I think they've kept the nerve and kept the board ticking over. Kimber hit some big shots when he was in there. Found the boundary with big 6s. And it's another chat between Tom Hartley. Hartley will bowl this 19th over, 7 to win. He's in conversation now with Wells and Green. 7 to win. They need to create a bit of panic, and that panic would come with 2 wickets. And then it's up to Leicester Foxes to hold the nerve. Right, they've had the chat, they've had the committee meeting, they've got the plan.
Mentioned that Kimber knock, 40 for Louis Kimber, 22 deliveries, 3 4s and 3 6s. Real power, heartbeat of the innings of the run chase for the Foxes, but Cox, in partnership with Ahmed, putting on 59 together, was the steadying ship for so far what has been a very good night for the Foxes. They've got 7 more runs to get. Hartley's in. Well, he's gone for the sweepers, Travaskis, and the ball's gone past pretty much everything down towards the boundary. They'll come back. What's the umpire's decision? 2 byes. The attempt to sweep, missed the whole lot. 5 to win now.
He's looking to sweep from way outside off stump.
141 for 5. Travaskis on 14. Hartley balls out to the leg side. Big hit, looking for 6 to finish it. 1 bounce over the rope, and they're almost there for a brilliant run chase for Leicestershire Foxes. They're within 1 of victory now. Travaskis hits it for 4. He moves to 18.
Yeah, 1 bounce. And he's looking for 6 and to finish it with 1 blow to the shorter boundary, but into a little breeze. The tide now. They've been very calm, Really calm Leicester Foxes on this chase.
Within one run of a victory. Hartley in and balls high, leg side, in the air. Bahanan chasing after it. Bounces safe, bounces over the rope. It actually ricochets back onto Bahanan and then over the rope. It's gone for 4, and that's a victory for the Leicestershire Foxes. They've chased a target of 146 to win with 5 wickets in hand. It's a really impressive run chase.
Yeah, it's been excellent from the Foxes. Lancashire Lightning winning the toss and electing to bat first, found it difficult in that middle period after getting off to a flyer, posted 145. And I thought it might have been difficult to chase down, but they've been excellent. Been really well organised. They've rotated the strike. They've hit some big shots as well through Louis Kimber. And then Ahmed and Cox in that middle period just knocked it around and looked really organised. And so a victory for the Foxes at Emirates Old Trafford. They don't lose too many here in T20 matches. After a lightning start for Lightning, winning the first 3, that's the first reversal.
Yeah, going back a long time since they last lost a group fixture here in particular. Lost a T20 quarter-final here against Surrey a couple of years ago. But as you say, Bumble, they do not lose many on their home ground, don't Lancashire Lightning. In the end, be interested to hear what both captains make of it, but just fell a bit short with the run. Just couldn't perhaps get themselves going after a good start in the power play, or do we just give credit to Leicestershire for dragging it back with the ball?
Well, I think Leicestershire were excellent with bat and ball. You know, the way that they restricted Lancashire Lightning after Lightning got off to a really good start, and the spinners bowled excellently. They looked good in the field as well, but the calmness of chasing down, knowing that we're going to be 4 spinners bowling at them, and so it was an excellent victory here at Emirates Old Trafford for the Foxes. And they got the big hitter with Kimber, who gave him a real start, didn't he? He got 40 from 22 deliveries, made it easier for the rest of them to knock it around.
We're going to say goodbye to our listeners on 5 Sports Extra. I shall hand you over to Kevin Howells, and we'll wrap things up here on I'm just waiting to find out if we're going to hear from anybody. No, we're not hearing from anybody. But for viewers on Lax TV, we will head pitch side. Paul Shaw is alongside Fraser Dayton.
Yeah, we knew it would be a tight game, and in the end, Leicestershire deserved winners.
Yeah, I think so. I think that Lancashire Lightning posted a decent total, a competitive total at the halfway point. 145 looked something that they could defend on a spinning pitch, but all credit to Leicestershire Foxes because I thought they played exceptionally well. The partnership between Ahmed and Cox, really, of 59, really was the part that it really brought the back of the run chase, didn't it? And they played some really good percentage cricket there, kept the scoreboard ticking along. With the power of Kimber earlier on, I thought it was a really good professional setup that actually chased down that total. And I thought Lancashire Lightning bowled well and fielded well, specifically Chris Green, Wells and co. I thought all bowled really well and fielded well, and just all credit to Leicestershire Foxes there. Wasn't
anything particularly flashy or exciting the way they went about it. They just placed the ball very, very well every time they hit it.
Absolutely that, and it's a spinning pitch, which is not easy. It's quite a slow pitch. We saw the odd one stick in the pitch, but actually just knocked it round, played percentage cricket, took the game as deep as they possibly could, and then finished it off in the end. But that partnership was fundamental between Cox and Ahmed, 59.
Because at that point, we thought we'd got a really good chance there, Lancashire. I mean, first couple of overs, Patel going LBW for 10, and then Budinger caught on the boundary off Anderson, 12 for 2 at that point, and then Chris Green comes in with a couple of quick wickets as well. At 63 for 4, you're thinking there's a really good opportunity, but then you say Ahmed and Cox come in, and they really steered the ship well for Leicestershire.
Absolutely, and that was the key to the game, wasn't it? 63 for 4, you think, right, Lancashire are in this one. Green's bowling well, confidence is high, fans are getting behind them, the locals are getting behind them. Then all of a sudden that partnership of 59's taken the game away. But they played low risk, high reward cricket. They didn't take the risk that we would hope they would take from a Lancashire perspective. So all credit to Leicestershire. I thought they played really good cricket, especially having lost the toss here at Old Trafford. Spinning pitch, I thought they fielded well, they bowled well, and actually from a batting perspective, percentage wise, did a really good job.
3 wins, that's the first defeat now out of the 4 for the start of this Vitality T20 Blast campaign. How do you assess things overall at this stage, given everything that's gone on in the previous few weeks? What are you made of how Lancashire are developing in terms of this competition?
I've been really impressed, because it's been a challenging few weeks, hasn't it, in the county championship. But the change of format into T20 cricket, T20 Blast, and I think they've played some great cricket. The intent, commitment, looking to score, dynamic in the field, pretty accurate with the ball. The spinners have done pretty well. I actually think they've done really well. 3 from 4. I'm sure their interim head coach, Stephen Croft, would have taken that when he went into the job. Now it's a case of being pretty calm, collected, working through the conversations they need to have, and then pushing on again and see if they can string some more results together.
Plenty of positives to look forward to. Paul, thanks very much indeed for joining us tonight, as always. Thank you very much indeed for watching. We are back again at Emirates Old Trafford on Saturday as Lancashire Thunder take on Surrey Women. First Paul is at 1 p.m. for that one, and then we're back on Sunday, the day after, as Lightning take on Northamptonshire Steelbacks again. 1 p.m. start for that one too. Don't forget, as always, get on the socials. Let us know how you've enjoyed tonight, what your thoughts are on the performance, what your thoughts are for these teams going forward. We would love to hear from you, as always. From myself, from Paul, from everybody here at Emirates Old Trafford, until then, we'll see you soon.